What is going on, everybody? Welcome into our Big Brother 28 coverage here at Reality After Show. Once again, I'm Bobby Goodsby, your host. Now, we are just getting started. If you guys want to get your comments and questions read live here on stream, remember we are watching the West Coast airing of the Big Brother eviction episode. So if you guys have watched it on the East Coast or you're already privy to knowledge, looked at social media, try to keep it under wraps. We're trying to keep this no spoilers zone for the West Coasters watching for the first time. I myself stay away from social media, so I have no idea of anything that's going on in the episode. I am just here commenting with you guys and watching it live for the first time with no outside interaction going into it. So with that being said, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Thursday night, Thursday evening, excuse me. Been a big day. Been doing a lot of podcasts today, getting everything set up for tonight. Had the kiddos recital last night, dance recital. So that was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are all having a great night. Looking forward to feeds right after we watch the episode. Humane, what's going on? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. We'll wait for some people to trickle in here before we get started. The episode's going to start here in about 4 minutes. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you think is going home tonight? You think it's going to be Rome? Do you think it's going to be Jason? Do you think it's going to be Melody? In an off turn of events. So we are very excited to get into it. I think Rome is pretty much screwed. We kind of got a preview, to the competition tonight for the Battle Back Arena. And it's that one where they have to move the puzzle pieces. Honestly, I thought it's like a pretty easy competition. And then last year, watching some of the guys struggle in it, I think it was Vinny. I was like, you have the right thing. You just have to move one piece over and you got it. It was either Vinny or Keanu. I can't remember which. But I remember watching and be like, oh, this is much easier. But I could see how it could really take a while if they're not careful. And do they have enough time in the episode in case these people get completely stumped? So looking forward to seeing that competition play out again like we did last year. If you guys are new here, check me out, twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby. You can also find me at After Show on YouTube. If you're watching on the audio only version, we are on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Guys, check us out everywhere you have a listening platform where you can find us talking about this episode, talking about other episodes, and all of our shows on both the YouTube and Twitch, but also on the audio-only versions. If you guys are new to this platform, we appreciate all of the support. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, hit the bell notification. Let me know that you guys are watching so that you're notified when we go live by hitting the bell notification. And give us a sub if you can. All right. Does Roman and his mustache get separate evictions? I would hope so. So they didn't. I was surprised that they didn't show the clip of him letting people know all week. Well, basically, he let Drew know. I believe it was Drew. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure it was Drew. Letting Drew know that that's not his real name, that Rome is not his real name. So I'm very interested to see if they showed in tonight's episode. I feel like that's something that they've got to give us at some point. Live feeds are on, no new HOH. That's great. Remember, no spoilers, Humane, so don't spoil anything from the episode. And then as far as feeds go, once the episode is done for us West Coasters watching it live here in about 1 minute, we will go break down the episode. I will be doing commentary on the episode, and we'll be going right into the feeds as long as they are on when we get done with the episode. Ashley is HOH. Yeah. Ashley wishes she was HOH. She wishes she was still in the house. If you guys haven't got to check it out yet, we did a great podcast with myself, Philip Solomon from Deal or No Deal Island 2, Lauren Pratt, podcaster extraordinaire, and Quinn Martin from Big Brother 26 earlier today, where Quinn gave us his thoughts on the season, seeing Angela play again, who he likes, who he doesn't like, what he's thinking of the season as a whole. So if you guys can, go check that out at After Show. You can look it up. It's the newest video we have on the channel. Entrance to Eviction is what the name of the title is called, Week 2. For Big Brother 28. You'll see Quinn right there on the thumbnail. All right, so it is 8 o'clock. It's still showing the commercials, but we should be rolling into it very shortly. Let me know if you guys want to get your comments read live here on stream. I think Rome is pretty much screwed. I think that, but I'm really hoping that Rome wins the battle back, just because I want to see the fallout of Rome and Lyric still being in the house together. I wouldn't mind Jason still being around, but at the same time, I feel like there's more skin on the bone if it's a Rome come back into the house. So, or like, I guess, continue to play and not being taken out. So I'm hoping for a Rome survival in the blockbuster, but we will see. I mean, crazier things have happened. For all we know, we could get a Melody winning the blockbuster, and everyone's like, okay. Well, but I think no matter the situation, whoever it is, what's up, Allie? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. No matter who it is, I think that if it's Rome against anyone, Rome's screwed, and Jason screwed if it's him versus Melody, and Rome wins the blockbuster. So we will see. KLB, what's going on, my friend? Good to have you in here. Remember, guys, we are watching the West Coast airing. We are not, we have no knowledge of who's been voted out, who has won blockbuster. We are watching live for the first time on the West Coast. So if you guys are interested and you guys have already watched the episode, please no spoilers in the chat. We can talk about the episode, talk about things, but try not to spoil for the people that have not watched the episode yet. But happy to have you guys in here. After the episode is done here on the West Coast, we'll be going right into feeds and talking about the feeds as long as they are still on. And I want to get your guys' opinion. So the episode has started. They're doing the, what happened in last time episode recap. So hopefully we'll be rolling into it soon here. I'm going to mute this while they're just going through basically the promo. So how's everyone's evening going? How are you guys doing tonight? Allie says, I'm good. I'm CST, so I'm more just hopping in to support and say hello. Avi, I would never spoil. Shout out Jason, Mallory, and Rome listed alphabetically. Isn't this part of where D wins Survivor? Well, we're happy to have you guys all in here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for coming and visiting us and jumping in here. The Vikings will go 1-16, only beating the Falcons. How dare you? How dare you, Humane? By the way, you see the Peterson jersey I put up? Look at that. Signed jersey. Love it. No, I'm happy to have you guys in here. Thank you so much for joining me. They're getting through the promo right now. We'll be getting into the episode shortly. I was saying it earlier in the when the podcast we did with Quinn earlier today, and I have never heard the word bitch said so much on my television than I did in Wednesday night's episode. Like, I feel like every other word was bitch. And the kiddo was like in the living room, and my wife just turned to me. She's like, really? Like, this is getting ridiculous. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I can't control what these people say. It's like, maybe I should have thought about this. I knew that it was not pretty. KLB says, I wish they wouldn't waste so much time with the recap. Let's get to it. Oh, I know. And we're 3 minutes in and they're still doing the recap. So it does seem like they do a long recap, especially lately. Lately, I feel like it's just gotten even longer and longer. How do you guys feel about how Lyric played this week? Like, I was pretty impressed by her. I mean, yes, people were obviously able to read that she was clearly, they weren't broken up, that it was all facade. But I feel like the way she handled relationships with people, where if Rome does go home tonight, I feel like that's best case scenario for her position in the house, because no one's going to be threatened by her. I feel like she's going to be looking like, okay, well, she just lost her number one. She lost, her guy. Like, that's done. Like, we can kind of now go on to bigger targets. And I feel like if Rome's still there, it does put a little bit of a target on her, just because if we can't take out Rome, let's at least get Lyric. So I feel like best case for Lyric is that Rome goes home. All right, we are into the episode finally. It's Julie talking about the episode, talking about how it's day 17. But yeah, I think Lyric positioned herself well. Even though people aren't buying that they are actually broken up, I like her game going forward if Rome is not there. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. All right, now we're just talking about the episode. All right. It is unfortunate we're going to lose one of Rome or Jason, because they are two of the more entertaining people in the house. I mean, Jason's entertaining for his own reason, but like Rome, just for the fact that like he thinks he's this alpha, and he seems like a nice dude, to be honest. He seems like a genuinely nice dude, but like it's nice to see the alpha getting taken down a peg or two. But I kind of like to see them also stay in the house to get give a little bit of the heat to the other side as well. Brendan won the veto 15 years ago today. That is quite the pull there, Humane. All right, so Lyric is off the block, and Rome is on the block, obviously. Like I said, I thought she positioned herself well going forward. All right, they're talking about Lyric. So each one of the nominees is essentially talking about the blockbuster at this point. Yada yada. KLB says her personality in the house versus her diary rooms are two different people. I like the diary room Lyric better than the house Lyric, but I feel like that's honestly on purpose because I feel like the DR is the real her, and I feel like she tries to play this, oh, I'm just a pretty girl. Don't look at me. Like, I'm just a musician. I don't know how to play this game. Teach me how to play this game. Like, she definitely downplays her personality in front of everyone. And I think that's because she wants to use that to her benefit so that people don't look at her as a threat. When realistically, I think DR version of her is the actual threat. All right. So now we got Rome talking about how he talked to Devins about getting Lyric off the block, and that helped. Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, Lyric is a gamer. Yeah, I think that's the real Lyric, and I think she's like wears the pigtails and listens to Rome when he tells her, "Hey, you got to go do this. This is how you got to play. This is what you need to do for your game. That's best case scenario." She just sits there and listens, but I bet you she knows exactly what she's doing because when she goes into those rooms and talks to Devins and other people, she's talking on her own. She doesn't have them there standing next to her explaining that, talking for her. She's the reason why Devins felt comfortable enough to take her off the block instead of Melody. That should have easily been a Melody pick. But because Lyric is a gamer and I feel like Lyric knows what she's doing, she was able to convince Devins that was the best move for her or for him, excuse me. Rome is a recruit. He watched 3 seasons. Well, yeah, that shows. So, all right. So they're all talking about how Rome's a threat. He's public enemy number 1. Only did homework late in casting. Well, yeah, that tracks. But he gets along with the betas and submissives. You remember that, you mean? Drew's telling Melody to throw the blockbuster. Do we think Drew and Melody's going to happen? Is that going to actually happen? Or is that just like a facade? Like, even how Lyric talks to Rome when it's just them two. She's got like that baby voice. It's weird. But I feel like she knows what she's doing. If he doesn't win Blockbuster, he will most likely be a good shield for betas and submissives. Exactly. What do we think of like the whole talk about Lyric, flirting with the other guys in the house? Like, I don't mind it. Usually I hate that kind of gameplay. I don't mind it because I feel like she's very strategic about it. Excuse me. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm over Yash. Is anyone else over Yash? Like, Yash to me is just so like, this is who the backup was if someone backs out. This was the standby guy. Ugh, gosh. What's up, Kate the Great? How you doing, my friend? We're watching the episode live here on the West Coast right now. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, and you want to share them with everybody here, talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Talk with me. I read your guys' questions live. So, and I said it earlier. I think Taylor's playing a lot better. I think Taylor's really coming into her own this week now that she's not on the block. I really like that alliance that she built with herself, Lala, D, and Angela. What's your timestamp? Well, okay. I'm watching live, so because it's live, there's no timestamp on here. I'm trying to see. So I'm 10 minutes in. So I feel like Here. So I'm at the part where they were just the three. Okay, it just came back to Julie where it says the tool shed. So just came back to Julie, about to go to commercial break. The first commercial break. We got showing the three nominees, talking about the Blockbuster Arena right there. About to go to first commercial break. All right, so pretty much they just reiterated the whole drama between, obviously Rome is, public enemy number one. That I feel like they're setting lyric up for like, okay, this is where we really start to play the game with her if Rome is not there. All right, so other players that I've been impressed by, I said it earlier, I also have been impressed by Angela lately. I feel like Angela, let me mute this. I feel like Angela lately, because of the fact that she's got good connections in the house. She has people that she's talking to, working with, all of that. But realistically, the main reason I'm happy where Angela is in the house is because no one's really outright directly targeting her. And unless things have changed over the last day, I feel like Angela is in a relatively good spot where Dee and Devins are always going to be targeted before her. And I feel like there's a lot of other people in the house that are going to be directly targeted before her. That I feel like Angela is in a position where she's easily going to coast a jury unless something crazy happens or she has a blow up or freaks out on someone. Like the only person, I guess the only person that could possibly have enough beef to put her up would be Jason, saying Jason actually stays tonight. But at the same time, I think Jason would go a different direction. I don't think he would really take that shot at Angela, just because him and Angela have really, like, even though, and you see it a little bit in last night's episode where at the end of it, they're like, I still love you, all this stuff, even though they had this big old blow up. Like, that's realistically been how the relationship's been all week between them, where, yeah, that blow up happened and yeah, they're on two opposite sides of the house. But even though Jason did everything he did, they're still chatting, having fun, laughing, hugging. Like, they're good. They're good as like human to human. So I would think that Jason would take a shot elsewhere if he ever got into power, saying he stays tonight. So I really, really like Angela's position. I think that she's got a good shot to go far in this game. I still think it's a long shot for her to win. They're talking about America's BB time capsule vote. I think it's still a long shot for her to win, but I do think that the way she's set up now, a lot of other people are going to go before her. And like I said with Taylor now just has to sit back. Same with Lala to an extent, but I think even more so. What's up, Humane? Even more so, I think with Taylor, where she just sits back, she's coasting to jury. And that's what you want. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Are back from commercial break. All right, I think we're going to go live to the house guests. Let's see. If anyone in the house can take a dressing down by a drag queen, it's Angela, that's for sure. All right, so now they're saying there's a budding romance, so I'm going to guess it's Drew and Melody. Oh, God, is it Rome and Yash? All right, sorry, guys. I was just watching they were like putting things on their foreheads, trying to see if who can hold it the longest. God, Angela and Dee are just so worried about Drew. And he's only done everything to prove to them that he's with them. Like, every single time Drew does anything, he gives them any kind of info. It's always like, oh, but yet he's still over there hanging out with them. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's doing that. I'm like, why can't you just believe? Obviously, everything is set up for you guys that he's giving you the information you need. They're beyond paranoid, KLB. It's insane to me. And here's the thing. Angela would have never known that information if Drew didn't tell her about Jason. So, like, What is the heat on Drew? I just don't get it. Is it because he's the youngest person in the house, so they feel like he's shady? I get he's not playing perfect, but he's playing pretty good, and he's literally probably the best ally you can ask for. And yet here we are. And how did she drag D into it? Well, it's Angela, and her paranoia can easily be thrown off onto other people. I feel like with survivors too, it's even more so a chance of the paranoia because they're so used to a fast-paced game that the paranoia I feel like is even more rampant than it is on Big Brother. So you give them any kind of paranoia and it lasts a week, it's just gonna fester. We got Mallory and Barrett talking about game. So he's basically explaining that he feels like the eighth in the group. You were the last one in there because your ass was freaking sound asleep and they couldn't wake you up and get you to move. Okay, see, this is where I have a problem with Barrett. Okay. Everything I see of him in the diary rooms, I can't stand. He did this even when the crossovers brought him in. He's like, okay, Devins, I'll join in, but I know I'm 5 of 5 in this group since I'm the last to find out. Now he's saying the same thing. Oh, well, I was the last one to be brought up into the HOH room. Bro, you were the last one because you were sound asleep. You would have been one of the first ones had you actually had your ass awake and in there. Like, not everything is like, oh, you're the last person in, so that's the reason why. It's insane to me. I don't get it. And so, like, Barrett, like, as much as people love Barrett, I feel like a lot of people love Barrett just because he is a super fan and he's been in these waters, like, with amongst like the fans and stuff, the community. But like watching him play at times, I'm like, okay, you're doing the right thing. And a lot of times I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Like, you are a super fan of this game. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. And I get so annoyed when it's like you're a part of something good where you're not even remotely on anyone's radar at times. But now you have even D and Angela asking themselves, should we put him up as like, a possible pawn? I don't know. I don't get it. I do like that him and Drew are close and he actually trusts Drew because I like Drew. I think Drew's probably my favorite in the house right now. I want to see Drew get some power. Oh my God. Once again, he's bringing up that he was the last one to brought in the room. I want to get Drew to get some power so that he can prove to these people that think that he's against him, D, Angela, that, hey, obviously I'm with you. Obviously I'm now in power. Now you can see where my loyalty lies. He has to put a little bit of his game out there and let people see where he really feels like he's at. But like, I feel like that's best case scenario for his game at the moment. I really do. So I think we got right here, like, this is basically Drew and Barrett solidifying themselves. So Barrett and Drew are talking about how they want Rome to stay so that he can come against the tool shed. They were so paranoid, and all that was happening was Drew and Taylor and others were dancing in the bathroom having fun. Yeah, exactly. They were just in there having a good time. Obviously, no game talk was happening, but their minds were instantly going to paranoia. All right, we're going to commercial break again. I'll have to go back and rewatch that Drew Barrett situation later just because I was talking while it was happening. Kate the Great says it was finally quiet in the have not room when everyone else got up. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. It's like, dude, you're the last one to join. Like, what do you want? I'm not a fan of those nose rings. I'm silently lurking, but I like nose rings. Barrett has been sitting alone a lot. Whenever I turn into the feeds, he looks checked out to me. Yosh is Timu Air. Yeah. No, I think with Barrett as well, think another big thing that probably not a lot of people are talking about is I do think that the fact that he's a have-not is really taking a toll on him. I think that being a have-not is hard, especially when you're a big guy and like all you can eat is slop essentially, and a few other remote things. When you're a big guy, like not having those calories, and yes, he's skinny, but he's 6'6". He's still going to need the calories in the household to really maintain his energy. That's hard. That's hard for anyone. Anyone that size is going to struggle. I'm a big guy myself. I would struggle as well. But I would also not be as down, I feel like, as Barrett, where I feel like we get more of his cam talks, and that's where we get an understanding where he's at. Because when he's talking to other people, I have no idea where he's at. I also think there's a part of the whole D thing that it still affects him, that like he thought him and D could possibly be something. But obviously, I don't think that's going to turn into anything. I think D shut that down pretty much right away. And also, like I said, I really think that being a have not, and he's also kind of floating the middle where he doesn't need to do too much. But at the same time, I don't know, for a super fan, the way he talks about the people that really feel good with him and want to work with him long term, that he doesn't seem to like to trust them. I just feel you got to put a line in the sand somewhere, right? And with Barrett, I feel like, yes, he did solidify his stuff with Drew, and yes, I feel like he is close with Devins, but I feel like the crossover alliance is almost not as stable as we thought. I feel like they're less stable going into week 3 than they were going into week 2. I'll say that. Jason is Timu, Big Brother 13, Danny. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of out on Barrett right now. I feel like I will say that begrudgingly I'm out on him, but I'm not fully out on him, where I have like one toe in to the Barrett water that I'm not sure, but he's starting to make me feel bad about, how I felt about him before, but let's see if he turns it around. All right, blockbuster time. Here we go. We'll have a lot more to talk about with you guys who know spoilers here in a second once the blockbuster is done. All right, so like I said, spoiler, D wins the blockbuster. Yep, that's got to happen. Like I said, I feel like this competition I would do really well in. And I'm not the puzzle guy. For my fantasy football league that I'm in, we're going to Denver this year in a couple weeks, actually. And I got last place, so I have to do a 500-piece puzzle and be locked in a room, and I can't enjoy the festivities like beer and hang out with the boys and do all that until I finish the puzzle. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how good of a puzzle guy I am after that week. Yeah, I got last in my fantasy league. Okay, first time ever. Who cares? It happens. It was between that or I had to get a very dark spray tan. And I did not want to get the spray tan because I was like, I don't trust these guys with the spray tan. But also, as soon as the weekend's over, I got to go back to work. I don't want to be looking like a freaking burnt bikini babe. Yeah, every single one of my players last year just continued to get hurt. Joe Burrow, Scattaboo, Neighbors. It was a mess. All right, here we go. Blockbuster starts now. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see who's off to it. Melody and Rome have like the exact same strategy. We literally went 3 for 3 on the puzzle pieces. No, Rome. Ooh, Jason might kill this actually. Well, Rome's starting to get there. Okay, Jason's backtracking a little bit. All right, Rome. Now you got to go green pieces. No, put that there, yeah, and then go green pieces, Rome. No, what are you doing? No, you can't backtrack. You just did that. Oh no. Okay, he's going for that. Oh, he might actually have it. Oh no, Jason's looking pretty good right now. Oh, Jason might have it. I think Jason has it. Yeah, Jason has it. Wow. Rome is going home. Rome has crumbled. Well, there it is, guys. Rome has fallen in a day. So much for him being all dominated competitions. Barrett washing his hands on feeds in the kitchen. Oh, yes. He's a good shield for betas and submissives. Is it over that fast? It's over that fast. It is over that fast. Honestly, Jason killed it in that comp. He did great. For a minute there, he was starting to struggle, but then he kind of got his cool and figured it out pretty quick. Rome and Melody were still both pretty far. Rome was ahead of him at one point, and he could have got ahead, but he started second guessing himself on that first stack, and I think that's what screwed him up because he had a couple options on where to put that piece, and he just didn't put it there. Well, Rome is gone. I mean, at this point, I feel like we can almost yada yada the rest of the episode because it's pretty clear Rome's going home. All right. So, what is this house going to look like post Rome era? I'm not mad at the outcome. I'm not mad either. I did feel like I was hoping for Rome to stay just to see the fallout, just to see what happens. But I think this is best case for Lyric's game. I think she's gonna be crying. I think she's gonna be upset when he comes back in and finds out he doesn't win and that he's going home. But I do feel like this is best case scenario for her to get her head on straight. And I was really starting to like Lyric more and more, which I started very out on her. And I'm starting to really lean more towards I get what Lyric's doing. After Rome, the house will look exactly the same. They won't change the decor until Paper the 29. Well, thank you, Humane. Very good point. Astute observation, my friend. All right, so let me know in the comments, guys. Who do you want to see win HOH? Do they? Okay, you guys can let me know this. Okay, no spoilers on if anyone does win the HOH, but who do they do the HOH live, or is it just a normal end to the episode and we'll find out on the feeds later? I want Rome to win HOH. I can't wait to see a Romeless Lyric. She won me over this week. Same. Let me know in the comments. Do they do by the end of the episode a live HOH? Find out later on feeds. No HOH on feeds. Okay. Cool. And the feeds are live right now, and they still haven't even done the HOH competition. It's still a wait and see type of thing. Here, let me pull up feeds real quick. I can kind of go over. No HOH. They're taking turns, I think. Oh, it's a take turns one. So let me pull up feeds. Is it on live on YouTube right now? All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, it is live on YouTube right now. Okay. So, okay. Let me mute this. Yep, they're live on YouTube right now, but well, yep, I see someone who's still there, so that means someone leaves. So that makes sense. All right. I want Jason to win. No HOH or take a turns. Mallory exists. You know, a lot of people love Mallory. Mallory is very loved in this house, by the way. Like, not in the house, sorry, outside the house. Like, people are heavy on the Mallory train. I do not get it. Like, PQ, the Pipe Queen. Someone explain it to me. Why is everyone so high on Mallory from what I see on social media? Like, she's realistically not doing much in the game. She's nowhere to be found when it comes to like the episodes outside of when she was nominated. And I feel like she's like, you know, she's not really in with anybody besides maybe Barrett to an extent. I don't know. Someone explain to me the Mallory love online, because is it because she's an underdog? I don't know. Yep, we are back to animals on the live feeds. All right, so we're just waiting for commercial break to come back. If you guys haven't already, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a sub, hit that bell notification, leave a comment in the chat, read all your guys' comments live here on stream. Twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby. Help me out there. Go follow me on Twitch. It really helps me a lot. At Goodsby Bobby on my social media. But yeah, the Twitch thing, I'm actually thinking about starting a Patreon. I know Johnny has a Patreon for like Reality After Show, but I was thinking of starting my own because I was talking to Taryn and some others, and from there you can actually do like watch parties and actually play the episode in a Patreon. So I'm thinking about possibly starting a Patreon for anyone that's interested. Let me know in the comments if that's something you guys are interested in. I know I think it's, weird to ask people to sign up for your own personal thing, but like if that's something you guys are interested in, so we can actually do live watch parties, like with the actual episode airing, let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. If not, I continue to do this. It is harder just because you guys aren't watching the episode with me. But I do think that there might be an avenue for that if people are interested, because we can watch other things too. We can watch other shows, past shows, new shows, whatever. We can watch old seasons of different. It doesn't have to be just Big Brother. It could be other things. We could have watch and react, whatever it may be. But let me know. I've got some ideas for content that I could add and might be a lot of fun. But if you guys can, let me know in the comments if that's something you guys are interested in for me to start a Patreon and have watch parties there so we can watch the actual episode. I love Patreon app these days. A lot of people do. It's getting more and more popular, especially for like streamers and stuff. I know it supports the streamer a lot because the other channels take a lot more money out of the pot. But for me, it's just so because I don't have a huge viewership. It's not like I'm doing it for the money. I'm doing it so that we can actually have the episodes airing and watching at the same time with you guys. So that's the main reason I do. Obviously, yes, everyone's here to have fun and talk and chat and stuff. And obviously, I do this to try to profit from it. But my real reason for doing is seeing other people succeed doing it and being able to watch the actual episodes. So that's my main reason. Only if you do a watch party for when the Saints kill the Vikings. I'm not starting a Patreon anymore, guys. I'm sorry. Humane ruined this for everyone. I think Mallory's becoming a fave because she's not scared to put the 3 icons out all at once. And it will change things up. Hello, I'm just guessing. How's it going, Christine? Welcome in. So let me read that again. Sorry, I had Julie talking in my ear. I think Mallory's becoming a fave because she's not scared to put up the 3 icons all at once and will change things up. Hello, I'm just guessing. No, but I think that's a good point. I do think that's a good point because she is one of the more vocal ones of wanting to take a shot at especially like a D and the other, icons. And she seems to be one that's not really swayed by them, right? A lot of other people in the house are easily swayed or working with them or what have you. She seems to be at the position of being the opposition to those people in the house. So she would be a driver for at least a shakeup in the house. So I do get that. But outside of that, the show is giving her nothing. And the fact that no one really fully wants to work with her. I mean, Lyric to an extent and Melody to an extent, but even that with Melody is kind of fractured a bit. I don't know. It's just funny to me, like out of all the people in the house, that I see so much love for Mallory. All right, we're about to get to the vote. Okay, it's 8:34. I'm going to say it takes 18 minutes to get to the end of these votes. All right. So let's say, what would that be? 52? No, that's too little. I'm going to say 16 minutes. Okay, I'm going to say it's going to take 16 minutes to get through all these votes with so many people in the house. So that puts us at 8:50 by the time the person's voted out and goes to talk to Julie. All right. Whoa, Taylor voting to evict Melody. That's interesting. Oh God, Jason twerking. I LOL that your no Patreon comment after a swipe at the Vikings, not about the Mallory opinion, just to be clear. All right. Well, Jason votes to evict Rome. This is all your fault, Jason. He's gone because of you. Yeah, Taylor voted to evict Melody. Was not she doing that? Is she throwing out a random vote? All right, Yash. Let's see. I'm gonna say he votes for Melody because he. See, I was thinking he was gonna vote Melody because everyone's talking about how misogynistic he's been lately. All right, beer number 1 done. Time to crack beer number 2. Feeds are back. Animal 1 HOH. That tracks. That tracks with Big Brother history. All right. Well, feeds are down now on Facebook or on YouTube. I don't get it. I don't get it. They show the feeds live on YouTube after the episode for only the East Coasters. They don't have it live on YouTube for the West Coast people. You're literally leaving out nearly half the country of people when you're trying to do this whole cross promotion by being on YouTube after the fact. After the episode, we're going live on YouTube with the feeds free for people to watch. Okay, half the country, 20% of the population, still 20% of the freaking population, and it's still one of the bigger regions when it comes to like California alone. And I don't know if it's 20% of the population. I would guess it's much more than that. And I could be incredibly wrong. But I think it's much more than 20% of the population. 25 maybe. Okay, so you are pulling that out of your ass. I would say it's probably like at least 35. And they are in California, especially. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. You guys, and I get it, a lot of you guys are East Coasters, maybe Midwest, what have you. But like, do you understand what I'm saying? Where it's like they're literally trying to promote the feeds on YouTube by saying they're on after the episode, but then they don't show them and then they stop showing them halfway through the eviction episode for the West Coast. So, excuse me, there is a whole crowd of people that don't want to turn on the feeds because they don't want to be spoiled on the episode. They want to see what happens. So you are cutting those people out of being able to watch on YouTube and watch the feeds that you are trying to promote. Like, it's so easy. Just turn them on after the West Coast airing. It's close to 20 in Pacific and Mountain, more like 21 to 20%. Just looked it up. I really have a hard time believing. I'm checking your work. What percent of the U.S. population is on PST? Well, I stand corrected. That's crazy. So 46.8 to 47.6% of people live in the East Coast time zone. How is that possible? Is it just because like California and other states are so spread out around here? Okay, am I being like blonde? Like, am I being like, did I just not ever realize this? Like, how is there so much population on the East Coast compared to the West Coast and Mountain Time Zone and all that? Like, you put together, based off this census, if you put together both or all three of the Central Time Zone, the Pacific Time Zone, and the Mountain Time Zone, they're equal to the Eastern Time Zone in population. That can't be right. Well, I mean, I'm also been born and raised on the West Coast. What do you expect? But I still think you are leaving out at least a quarter of the people from that content. The East Coast is so freaking like spoiled. They are so beyond spoiled. It's crazy to me. And this isn't a whole West Coast versus East Coast, but I'm just saying. They are way more dense. Yeah, it's netso. You never realize how many people live on the East Coast in proper time. Proper time. You're a Vikings fan. You should be Central time. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I was born and raised in California. Hello, back. Where in the episode are you? They're basically about to vote out Rome right now. We got we're like a quarter of the way through. I said that the last vote would be by 8:50. I think I'll be off on this. So it's 3 votes to evict Rome and 1 vote to evict Melody. I mean, we all know Rome's going home. Okay, but Allie, we are more so on the conversation that I cannot believe 46 to 47% of people based on population watch in the East Coast time zone. That shit blows my mind. Angela's next. Yep, Angela's voting right now. Votes Rome. Okay. Central time zone is the best time zone. I mean, I don't disagree with you guys. West Coast time zone sucks. Everyone I work with, everyone that does the podcast with me, they're all East Coasters, except for Kelly Wentworth, who, spoiler alert, I'm getting this out there now because I haven't said it yet. Kelly Wentworth will be live with me next Wednesday night. Her and I will be watching on the East Coast time zone. We'll be watching the episode, and immediately after the episode, we will be going live. Myself, Kelly Wentworth, Philip Solomon from Deal or No Deal Island 2, and Lauren Pratt, extraordinaire podcaster. We're going to be all going live. Wentworth is going to be on here telling us everything about her thoughts on the Big Brother season. She's going to be talking about people in the house and the stuff that she, promote her stuff that she does on TikTok. So if you guys can, come hang out with us. We'll be watching live on the East Coast time this time, not West Coast. So there will be no spoilers out there yet because everyone's watching live for the first time. So next Wednesday, not Thursday, Wednesday, we will be going live for the East Coast airing, after the East Coast airing, to talk with Kelly Wentworth. So 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Yes, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. We'll be going live to talk about the episode and the week as a whole. So I was talking to Wentworth yesterday, and her and I were texting back and forth, and she really wants to get into doing Twitch and stuff, but she has no idea how to go about it. So I told her, I was like, I'll help you. I'll hook you up. I'll set you up, whatever you need. And she's talking about possibly doing some gaming streams and stuff too. And I told her, hey, I'd be happy to join her on some of those gaming streams. So if any of you guys are gamers and be interested in that, I'm trying to talk her into it. I was like, you already have the fan base. That's the hardest part for streamers is getting the fan base. So you already have that. So I would love to play video games with you and get my reach out there, but then also just hang out and also talk about reality TV and whatever else, do live watch and react. So hopefully I can get her all set up here soon with Twitch and be a Twitch streamer. So that'd be a lot of fun. So, but definitely come check her out, hang out with us. We're going to be hanging out here next Wednesday after the episode. Okay. Let's see here. Angela's next. Aaron says, wait, so it airs now in California or 5 p.m. Pacific? So it airs now for the West Coast. So 8 p.m. is when the Big Brother episode airs for us. So we are 3 hours behind you guys. So when you guys, if you're an East Coaster and you watched at 8 o'clock your time, it was 5 o'clock my time. So I have to wait till 8 p.m., just like you guys have to be able to watch the episode. 46 versus 47. 47. Shit doesn't blow my mind. It comes out my ass. Hawaii type zone is fun. Love Island come on at 3 p.m. I've been to Hawaii. That was wild watching like football games be done by like 3. It's 4. It was crazy. Uh, Paula, what's going on, my friend? Cool. I am on the East Coast. I already know what happened. Yeah, it's all good. We're almost done with the episode. I'm kind of yada-yadaing. Okay, I said 8:50 is the last vote, but I think that was the last one. So 8:45. All right. All right. They sped it up a little this time. Cool. Hello, other Twitch watchers. Thank you so much, Allie, for supporting my Twitch. I appreciate you. There are always spoilers on Wednesday's episodes. Yeah, but not for East Coasters. Hello, Allie. Arturitas, what's going on? The house was more sheep than Jesus. Has more sheep than Jesus. Yeah. All right. Wait, they're doing the vote out. I'll be right back to read the rest of the comments here in a second. Vote of 12-1. I wonder if they're going to be searching for who the one was. Even Lyric voted against them. Oh. Oh, God. Him kissing Lyric, being like, I don't care who knows it. All right. We get it. We get it. Y'all are sweethearts. The whole time. All right. All right. Get out of the house. You're done. Way to be a beta and submissive. All right. Rome is officially out of the house. He is gone. All right. Tamagotchi Life. Lyrics in is Timu Sierra from Survivor. Yeah. Central on top again, 7 p.m. start time, doing great. Paula says. He made no because we know what happened on Monday before Wednesday's episode. Well, yes, but still, you know what I mean. Yes, there's spoilers out there because we know what happens due to the live feeds, but watching the actual episode. You'll have to go back and catch the shout outs. Oh, really? Were they good? I didn't listen to it at all. I really just usually yada yada those. If I were in that house, I'd assume Lyric was the one vote. That's what I would think too. I think maybe Taylor did it to do a rogue vote, but I feel like people are just gonna be like, yeah, well, it was Lyric. I don't know. It was interesting. I didn't see that move coming out of Taylor. I feel like because she was the only one too, it's gonna be easily able to get away with it. Julie told him the votes, so no battle back. Yeah, I mean, I assumed that there was no battle back. Kelby says everyone will think Lyric voted for Rome to stay if no one says anything. That is, I mean, but I feel like Lyric might defend herself or try to put herself in a position where she says she didn't. Honestly, if I would Lyric, I would just be like, yes, I did. I did. I was like, you guys are gonna already think I did anyway, so there's no point in me saying otherwise. I did it. And then just have it in my head that someone's clearly trying to play games here. D called out Brandon Donlin. Oh, really? I saw that a lot of people like bringing up Brandon in the episode. What did she say? Damn, I can't rewind on this thing. If D or Angela win this HOH, that will be too big of a coincidence to me. What's up, B David? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you in here. Welcome in. I just think, I mean, I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. I don't think Angela's winning. They got to shake it up. Something's got to happen. Rome, it was a compliment to be a second boot and be a shield for the betas and submissives. Yeah, he's confused too as why he thought Lyric was one who kept him. Yeah, he has no idea. He has no idea why Taylor voted for him to stay. I feel like she just did a rogue vote. I don't think it's anything about having your back, bro. Hmm. Interesting. Just the shout out. Oh, she just shouted out Brandon Donlin. I agree. It would be too much 3 in a row. Like, just give them Paul friendship bracelets. I want Drew to win. Yeah, I mean, same here. I'm on the Drew train. Even though I was very hard on the kid to get this begin the season, he's grown on me, and I like where he's at right now. I mean, I don't love where he's at because of the whole Angela and D situation of it all, but I just think that I think he'll be able to get out of it no matter what. I think he's got enough people who like working with him. He's in a good spot. Let's see here. No one comes between me and voting out my man. Julie's just like, that's a huge song, right? Talking to a Gen Zer who has never heard that song a day in their lives. Julie, come on, you're showing your age there. We get it. Lyric's dad was a musical genius or a one-hit wonder. Oh, we're getting goodbye messages. All right. I don't think we're getting anything too spicy here. How much longer does Angela have to wear that egg outfit? What, like 3 more days, 2 more days? Of course, Lyric's crying. You've known each other for 2 weeks. How do you love each other? All right. Sorry. He was a good sport. I'll give him that. He was a good sport. All right. So, episode is essentially done. Oh man, are we really going to go back to commercial break again? How much time's left? Oh god. So they're going to talk to the unlocked people. All right, let's go back to the chat. Get your guys' comments read live here. I'm going to be catching up on the comments. You guys have any questions, concerns, comments? Just get them all out there. You guys are the reason I do this. When I talk to you guys, it makes time fly by. So anything you guys want to talk about as far as who we think the next HOH will be, what are your thoughts on the season? Who you liking? Who do we want to see win the HOH just for the drama of it all? What would be best case scenario for your favorites? Let me know in the comments. I want your guys' comments here so we can have a chat while we go into feeds and start talking about that. All right. So, Humane says, as a Zoomer, I've never heard of Lyric's dad before Big Brother 28. He covers it too. I heard the original. Her outfit was removed on feeds. What? Whose outfit? Until Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I think Saturday is when we'll find out. Allie says, "Oh, Queen, it's not being a full week." Yeah, it's crazy. I am predicting Jason HOH if one of the other 2 eligible production plants don't win it. Excuse me. Jason HOH would be fantastic. It would be so good. And as much as I'd be worried about Devins and some of the others, like it would just be so much drama. And the fact that, and Jason has proven he is a competition beast. Like he can go with anyone in these competitions. And I think Jason being HOH would just draw the most drama out of the whole week. So yes, I am here for a Jason HOH. Absolutely. I also be here for a Drew HOH just so that he can prove to D and Angela he's with them and see if he can get them on sides. But knowing those two, it might end up being, hey, we have even more reason to doubt him now. Paula says, got the feeds on now. They are filming the HOH comp now. Okay, good. So feeds, are the feeds down though? Are we still like on animals and stuff? They're currently filming it. Allie says, not BB. Do you have a fresh haircut? It looks fresh. Yes. You're going to take this off. Sorry. Headphones messed it up. Finally got my haircut, got my beard trimmed. We're all moved in now. Finally moved out of the old place. Still can't find my goddamn razor clips. Like the clips, I have the razor. The clips are missing. So I can't do my beard. And I was like, well, I need a haircut. I'm just going to have the lady trim the beard for me too, which is always scary. But she left it a little long on the top. It's not terrible though, but it blends well. But yeah. So yeah, finally got the fresh cut. Usually I like it a little shorter than this, but fresh cut, fresh beard trim. We are good to go. Looking, feeling much better, especially in the summer heat. But yeah, thanks for noticing. Yes, I have a fresh trim here. Got the episode back on. I have the feeds up. Angela, I'm predicting Rome or Ashley HOH. Oh, Ross Matthews. My gosh, he looks amazing. He's lost a lot of weight. I mean, maybe this is old news. I haven't seen Ross on my television screen in a long time, but he looks great. Oh, would Ross play again? I think 1,000. Dude, do I have the same haircut as Ross? His is a little longer and it's similar. Shit. I have essentially almost the same haircut as Ross. Holy shit. Mine's trimmed up to the line though. So no hard part, but up to the line. His is blended, but very similar. Ross does look great. I do like Ross. I thought he played a good game. Oh, I would love to see Ross play a real game. Oh man. So he's saying who he wants to win. Talk about Angela. Oh, he likes Drew. I was kind of surprised by that. Stay fluid. Smart. Oh, so he'll be on unlocked. Sorry. 1 second. Oh, tomorrow on Unlocked, they're going to share all the powers and punishments that are up for grabs all season long. That's interesting. Makes me actually want to watch Unlocked for the first time since episode 1 last year. All right. Well, that's something to look forward to, guys. Very interested to see what all the punishments. All right. All right. So that's it. So let me catch up what you guys were saying. Paula says, Rome was such a class act, and I want Jason to win HOH. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. They will be coming for Devins and D for sure. Absolutely. Feeds down, still animals. Yes, pet cam. All right. Thank you guys for filling me in. Still pet cam. Looking sharp. Thank you. You are going to see Dune or Avengers Doomsday. Well, I'm definitely going to see Avengers Doomsday. I do love Dune. Hot take. I do love Dune. I feel like I'm less into it after the last movie. Not like less into it, but less like enthused after the last movie because I thought the last movie was the last one. So I thought that that was it. Like once that movie was done, we were done with it. But I guess there's one more. But I'm looking forward to both. Avengers Doomsday, I'll be honest with you, I was a little like meh about the trailer. I wasn't hyped as much as I was hoping I'd be, but I'm also not the biggest Marvel guy in the world. So maybe it's just because I have high expectations with that big of a cast. But at the same time, like I'm definitely gonna go see Avengers Doomsday. Probably try to see it in 4DX too. I watched for the first time. I saw my first movie in 4DX, and I don't know if you guys have a 4DX theater near you, but I saw Mortal Kombat 2 by myself in 4DX. My God, was that an experience? It's like riding a roller coaster the entire movie. And Mortal Kombat 2 was amazing, right? But the fact is, it's just like there is no break. It's just constant battle. That like that seat was just moving nonstop. And whenever there'd be like blood flash out, it would like be mist hitting you in the face. It was a crazy experience. So also, to some people, it's too much doing 4DX. But if you guys haven't done 4DX yet, like I would say, see a movie like that, like Street Fighter's coming out, I would do 4DX for that. Doomsday, what have you. Like I highly suggest it. It's a crazy experience. If you don't get motion sickness easily. Goodfellas, thank you for the comment. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Also, how's your daughter? Haven't been on here for a real chat since last season. She's great. She's great. She's 5 years old now. She just had her first dance recital yesterday. She was in a hip hop dance class, and they got to perform in front of a huge crowd. And she's doing great. She was amazing. She had her outfit all ready to go. Such a cutie. Love that kid to death. But my mom is in town right now, so my mom actually put her to bed so I could come do this. So everybody came down for it. So it was a lot of fun. Here, I got a quick picture I can share with you guys real quick for those that care. But yes, just if you guys want to see, this was her in her let me see, how can I do that? Oh, here, I can do it this way. Image file. Let me pull it up right here. 1 second, guys. So this was her in her recital outfit afterwards. Got her a candy necklace and flowers and stuff. So let's see here. There she is. Look at her. Look at her yesterday, her dance recital. She was awesome. So yeah, she's going into kindergarten. She's going into kindergarten, 5 years old. That's my baby right there. So, yep, a lot of fun. If you guys are listening to the audio only, sorry, just had to have a quick dad moment. So, yeah, she's awesome. She's doing great. She's excited about kindergarten. New school because we just moved. She was in TK last year. So, yeah, looking forward to that. All right, so let me take that off screen. So, thank you guys for asking about her. She's doing great. Thank you, Allie. I can't with him. I wonder movie/show they are promoting this year. Yeah, I really wonder too. I bet you it's gonna be something lame though. It's gonna be something like completely off the wall. Like like last year, wasn't it what, Bad Guys 2 or something like that? So I feel like it'll be something along those lines. Ozempic. You missed your chance to get Yasha's dude. No, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. BB Bean. I keep wanting to say BB when I see your name. B Bean. Who do you want to win HOH? I said I think Jason would be a lot of fun. I also would love to see Drew. That would be my two that I would want to see, just so Drew can put a line in the sand while also proving to Dee and Angela he's with them. You plan to see the Odyssey? I would love to see the Odyssey. I know people are talking a lot of trash on it, but I haven't heard anything about it. I just haven't had time with kiddo being out of school and all that. I haven't had time to go to the movies, but I might wait for that to come out on streaming, but I do want to see it because I love anything Christopher Nolan. 5 years old is kindergarten. Yeah, kindergarten it is. It's crazy. Yeah, I know. Kate the Great, isn't it crazy? It's crazy. She looks like her dad. Aw, thank you. I think Mama would disagree with that, but here, real quick. Just I'm not trying to do too much of just me and the fam, but here's the one last night of me, the kiddo, and my wife at her dance recital. So I'll put that up on screen real quick. So there's me, my wife, and my kiddo. And yeah, we're all just chilling there after her performance. So my wife's like mid blink. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a great time. But yeah, so that was a good time. Man, my wallet is really protruding. All right. So, yeah, that was my personal life. That was what happened yesterday. So, a lot of fun. Yeah, she is a good mix of us both. A little half Hispanic, half white baby. My wife is full-blooded Mexican. So, she's got a good little mix between her. All right. Jason is Timu Michael Brunner. To an extent, I could see it. To an extent. He's got to win more competitions to be compared to the great Michael Brunner. The Saints killed the Vikings when I was in kindergarten. Well, I was also junior in college at the time during the 09 season. So yeah, a little bit older than you. All right, let's get back. You guys, we're back to talking about Big Brother. We got a little off track there, but thank you guys for your questions. I was in kindergarten in 2011. Jesus Christ. 2011, I was not in college anymore. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the live feeds. Let me pull up the live feeds real quick so I have that ready to go just in case when they do come back. Are we still on animals? I feel like we're still on animals, most likely. It's probably going to be a little bit before the live feeds come back. Honestly, guys, I really regret not like going offline last Thursday and not continuing to talk about the feeds. I'm still very mad that because I was up till 4:30 in the morning. I was up all night. I was glued to my feeds when that was going on. So, and I wish I should have thought about it more. I should have actually just gone live. I was already up. I was already awake. I had stopped my stream and just sat here and watched the feeds while I was editing a video for Fair Play. Oh, by the way, we do have a sponsor that I need to talk about here later on, but I will get that posted up on here later and show you guys the commercial for it that I made for Fair Play today. It's a lot. Warning you guys now, when I do get to that commercial break, it is a lot, but it's funny as hell. And yeah, let's just say I had a lot of editing work I had to do for this video. No spoilers. Let's just Fair Play was up to his old Fair Play moments. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. Was Taylor's vote diabolical? I think so, but I think it was a little strategic. I like it out of Taylor. Normally, I kind of hate those rogue votes, but when you know it's unanimous in one direction and there's so many people left in the house, you can easily get away with that. And it's going to make people scramble. You know where the vote came from. If anything, it's going to put a little bit of a target on Lyric's ass because honestly, like, who's going to think it wasn't Lyric? I think Lyric should just say, yeah, it was me. And then maybe tell the people closest to her, be like, no, I don't know who it was, but what am I going to say? They're obviously not going to think it wasn't me. Big Brother was peak in 2011. I will give you that. So let me know in the comments, guys, like when we come back from this HOH competition and then feeds come back live. One, I hope it's not just a bunch of people in the kitchen talking and cooking and stuff, which it'll probably be. I hope we get a little more scrambling. Best case scenario is someone crazy wins it and we get a big old blow up in the house after HOH. That would be best case scenario. All right, let's see here. Did I give you this news flash yet? August 27th, 2027. Rome and Lyric have decided to part ways. They ask you to please respect their privacy during this difficult time. Sad part is I could see it. I mean, do we think there is a non-zero chance that she gets cuddly with someone else in this house? Like, do we think there's a non-zero chance that Lyric tries to move on to another guy in the house? Or, I mean, I don't think so. I think now she'll focus on her game, but like we've already seen like the opportunity being there that she can cuddle up and use that kind of gameplay to try to get further and get a more of a response from the men in the house. But I don't know. I don't know if I see Lyric jumping ship with knowing that Rome's watching. I feel like now it's time for Lyric to just play her game. And I think now she kind of falls back into, well, first off, I think that she still has a relationship with Jason, but I think now Jason is always going to be a much more juicy target, especially now that he's won. He nearly won the veto. And then tonight he won the blockbuster. So I absolutely think that everything going on with Jason is going to be much more of a a target on his back than it will be on hers. Lyric might wait, hold on. Feeds are back, Jag won. Lyric might try to move on to another guy. It could happen, but I don't know if I see it. It could happen. Maybe she'll be a little more cuddly. Maybe she'll just play her own game. Who knows? She was sitting close to Kamu before the HOH, arms touching. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know if I read too much into it. I know she's been flirting a lot with Kamu all week. And that's got to be Rome's worst nightmare, is the fact that Kamu and her are alone in the house now. But I don't know. I feel like she falls back and kind of just lets the game come to her. And right now she can honestly just kind of sit back and do nothing for a little bit. Just reassure the people in the house like where she is. Will Jason be Rachel Riley 2.0? Unliked by some, but wins to stay in the game. He's got such an uphill battle. I don't know if I can see Jason actually going far in this game. Like, I think for him to get to jury would be like a massive win, right? Because he's already solidified himself on one side of the house. He's already pushed himself in a situation where people don't trust him. People know he's diabolical. He's continuing to win or be a presence in competitions. He won that first night to save himself for week one, nearly won the veto, and then wins the blockbuster. Like, he's easily one of the most juicy targets there is. I mean, could he go on like a can he go on like a Keanu like run this year, where even if he doesn't win HOH and he's constantly nominated, he might be able to just beast out in the competitions and stay alive? It's possible. Like, I feel like that's like the producer's dream goal, is to have a Keanu 2.0, someone that's, you know, not necessarily liked or is always a target, but continues to save themselves. Like, look at what happened last year. Last year, Keanu beat Rachel Riley, of all people, for the fan vote. I mean, Rachel Riley's got a massive following, and he was able to, even though his gameplay was trash at times, the way that he beasted out those competitions and continued to save himself and survive as long as he did, it got him to what, final four, final five, whatever it may be. He got that far and he ended up winning fan favorite. So I think the producers would be so happy for a Jason Keanu like run. Jason is not Big Brother 12 Rachel. We will never, ever be saying Jason should be a two-time winner. I don't know. I don't even know if we're really saying that Rachel should be a two-time winner. Like, right? Like, I love Rachel. Don't get me wrong. And Rachel was playing a good game. Obviously, the White Locust twist was bullshit. We all hated it. But, like, she didn't win, right? She didn't win the show. She really didn't even get far enough for it to be a question. Was she going to be in trouble? I doubt it, but could she have won? I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know the outcome because of that stupid twist. But I don't know if I'd say right now she was going to be the favorite to win that season. I still think it ran through Morgan, Vince, and I think Ashley just kind of lucked out being in the right place at the right time. But like you said, he wins comps. Exactly. Like, he could be that person. He absolutely could be. I hate her gameplay. Lyric. I'm TBD on Lyric. I'm very much so TBD. She gave me some reasons to be impressed. But yeah, I'm TBD on her. Rachel would have won fan favorite if production had brain cells. I mean, I think, yeah. I still think the fact that Rachel didn't win was crazy to me. Like, you guys know how many of the fans vote on this shit, and like how many of the casuals. I would say, yes, there is a huge, huge casual base, right? But it's still overwhelming how much of a fan base Rachel has, and between just people that watch Big Brother, Rachel is huge. She's huge in the Big Brother community and on other shows. So it's not like people only knew her from that. Granted, there's a lot of casuals that just didn't like Rachel because they just don't like Rachel. But for Keanu to beat out Rachel, who we said at the beginning of the season, we're like, well, she can at least wrap up America's Favorite Player right now. Like, that sucks for everybody else. And then she loses. It's crazy. You were forgetting how much Rachel was disliked in her first season. I'm not discounting that by any means. I totally get it. But there is still a massive amount of people that love and respect Rachel through the years. And the fact that she's been on so many other shows. Hell, they freaking filmed her marriage on a TV show. Like, that's how popular she is. So, Rachel repaired her reputation in later seasons. Absolutely. Got 17 people watching live. If you guys can, give me your comments, questions. What do you think is going to happen this week? Paula says, not me. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I like Rachel. I used to podcast with Rachel. Rachel's a lot of fun. Did I like Rachel in her first season watching live? Nope. Did I like Rachel in her second season watching live? Meh. But because I got to know Rachel and work with Rachel, I love her. I think she's great. I think she's awesome. She's a lot of fun. Hopefully she'll come join me on the podcast for an episode or something. I got to reach out to her. Like I said, if you guys were joining late and didn't hear, we're going to have Kelly Wentworth live on the show with us next Wednesday after the East Coast airing of the episode. East Coast airing of the episode, not West Coast. Myself, Lauren Pratt, Philip Solomon from Dondi season 2, and Kelly Wentworth from Survivor. We will all be here talking about the episode, talking about the week. So definitely come back and check that out next Wednesday, immediately after the East Coast airing of the episode. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, we did an interview with Quinn today from Big Brother 26, Quinn Martin, where we talked about Angela, his thoughts on his friend playing again. Talked about who he likes on the season outside of Angela, and just his thoughts as a whole of where the show's going to go. Bean says, I have always liked Rachel. She had epic arguments on her seasons. She brought the drama. Now, don't get me wrong. Even on her first season or second season, I was happy she was there because it brought the drama. Did I like her gameplay? Nope. Did I think she was a lot? Yes. But I understand why people like her, especially since I've gotten to know her after the fact. All right, we're still on pets right now, waiting for the feeds to come back, waiting to see who the new HOH is and who has been crowned. While we wait, like I said, get your guys' questions, comments, concerns, anything you have from this season, who we are looking forward to winning HOH. Where do we think this season's going to go? Who do you guys think is the front runner to win? Any comments you guys have. I love interacting with the stream. You guys are the best part of why I do this. You ever heard of Quinn Martin Productions? Produced a lot of famous TV shows. Well, I don't think it's the same Quinn Martin, but I do know Quinn has been pretty active on social media and stuff after the season. So he's trying to keep his presence going. He does a Patreon as well, where on his Patreon, I guess they're watching Big Brother Canada 3 right now. Probably my least favorite Big Brother season of all time. Is Barrett Temu Quinn? Yes, I would say it's a good comparison, but Quinn was definitely more loud. I think Jason could go far, well, especially if he wins competitions. Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to do quick. Okay, real quick. Your overall assessment on Barrett. I said it earlier on the podcast with Quinn. I just don't really understand what Barrett's doing right now. And watching him on the episodes and stuff, feels like him in the diary room is a totally different player than what we see on the live streams at times. Live feeds, excuse me. And I feel like with him, he's kind of outcasted himself. But I also mentioned earlier on stream that I think the biggest reason for that is I do think it's underestimated how much him being a have-not and being a big guy and like the lack of calories, how it just kind of drains you. And I really do feel like that's playing a factor into his willingness to play the game right now. I think he also kind of had to just yada yada this week just because he was not a target. He was good with the people in power. There was a pretty big target on Rome all week long, or that side of the house. So he really didn't have to do too much. So I think for me, TBD on Barrett, but I also am kind of needing more from him at the moment. So I will come back and read your guys' questions. Going to just do a quick commercial break for Big O. Sorry, 1 second. Let me pull this up right here. There it goes. It wasn't loading at first. So I was like, what the heck's going on? All right. Is it uploaded? It is uploaded. We are good to go. All right. So like I said, we have a quick commercial break from our friends at Big O Brand. Why aren't you there? Interesting. Not sure why it's not showing up, but that's fine. Sorry, it might be glitchy for a second. All right, so Big O Bar Brand. We're going to give a shout out to them. Here is, sorry, it was breaking up right there. All right, here's our quick ad for Big O Bar Brand.
Oh, hey, what are you doing here? You want them like secret? Bad strategy gets you blindsided. Bad skincare keeps you chasing the same problem. Tons of body washes and soaps strip away the lipids your skin barrier needs, allowing moisture to escape later. Big O Bar changes the game with a two-step system powered by ostrich oil. That's right, ostrich oil, folks. Whew. Rich in omega-3, 6, and 9. Clean with the bar, restore with the whip balm. Protect the barrier. No gimmicks. No 12-product alliance. Big O Bar. Clean. Restore. Protect. Visit BigOBar.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR for 10% off. They love it when we do that. It's BigOBar.com. Promo code SURVIVOR. BigOBar.com. BigOBar.com. Oh my God, ostrich, let's go!
So what's up, Amy? What's going on, my friend? You're not late. We're going to be waiting for the stream, the feeds to come back. Yeah, so I had to edit that. Sorry, I'm glitching for a second. I had to edit that and put that all together for Fair Play. Let's just say I learned how motion tracking works. To get that sensor to motion track was an experience. It was an experience. I'll leave it up to your guys' interpretation if he was wearing something or not under that sensor. Big O Bar Brand. Go check him out. 10% off. Use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Let them know Fair Play and Bobby sent you. Yeah, Big O Brand. BigOBarBrand.com. Go check them out. They're awesome. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for supporting my stream. You guys are amazing. Ostrich oil, guys. Who knew it? Who knew ostrich oil was so important? Let's just say in Johnny's first take, he didn't want to wear anything at all. I had to heavily convince him if he wanted me to edit it, he had to wear something. I still got to do the horizontal version of that too. All right. So let's get back to some of the comments. Here, I'm going to go back to your guys' comments here in a second, but I'm just going to react to people's things. All right. Johnny Fairplay pulling a hatch in that ad. Yep. Nice one, Fairplay. Big ol' bar. Oh, good. LOL. Oh, no, he was wearing something. I'm hoping. Yep. Let's see here. I can't see anybody sitting in their dick to a man. So I would assume yes, LOL, but it would have been funnier if it was a no. A Speedo, I hope. Sending their dick, sorry, talk to text. Yeah, luckily for me, he was wearing something under that. So don't worry. He didn't want to. I'm trying. Oh, stream is going glitchy right now. Give me 1 second. All right. Trying to do too much on my computer. All right. Hold on. It's gonna glitch for us. I'll be back in a second. Yeah, no, it was funny. I've still got to do the horizontal version, but it was a lot of fun. Editing all that, figuring it all out. All right. Okay. Yash is recruit Joseph Rodriguez. Yep, absolutely. I could see it. Absolutely. Is Barrett representing YouTube streams well? I mean, he's not doing bad, but is he doing what I would hope to do if I were out there? No. Let me exit out of a few of these things. I think that's why it's running slow right now after me playing that ad. Johnny crashed my computer. Question. How Paula says, how long will the showmance between Drew and Melody last? And as long as until Melody's out of the house, possibly next week. I don't think Melody's long for the game. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't. All right. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull out Paramount Plus now and it won't crash my computer trying to do too much. All right, cool. And we got feeds here. All right, cool. Let's see if it'll do it now. All right, so yeah, I think Melody's not long for this game for sure. Is Drew Timu Russell Hantz? No, I wouldn't put him Timu Russell Hantz at all. I don't think so. I think it was a big mistake that Jason hasn't told anyone the truth about RuPaul's Drag Race. I think that people would be more endeared by him if he did. I don't see what the problem is. I think he just, because there are people from other shows that are known quantities in the house, I think he's apprehensive to be any way associated to the side of the house that he doesn't want to be a part of anyways. And that's been against him. All right, so let's see here. And welcome in, Amy. Good to see you, my friend. Philip cracked me up earlier when you mentioned that on your stream. Yeah, Philip was a lot of fun. He was like, "Oh, dryness." I was like, "What do you want from me, dude?" It's right here in my notes. How long have they been in the competition? I feel like, well, we had the feeds for the last part of the episode. So I would say they've probably been going nearly an hour, maybe a little less. So might be a little longer till we get them coming back. If it's an endurance, even more so. But who knows? It could be just a quick questionnaire type thing. And we could have feeds back any minute now. Who knows? Keanu would be like Frank, except for the Davon situation on a return. I could see it, but I think, I don't know. I'm waiting. I want to see what happens with Keanu on the challenge to really determine what Keanu might be edited as in a different light. BB27 equals Timu BB11. BB23 equals Timu Big Brother 12. 28, hopefully 13. I don't know. I'd be okay with it. Just the thing is, I already feel like it's almost starting like Big Brother 20 to me, which was a great season. It's a fantastic season. I love Big Brother 20. So I would put it in the trajectory of Big Brother 20, but hopefully it's not like that other side of the house is like a Faute where one side just dominates. But I would probably put it more towards the 20, just like house blow-ups, clearly two sides of the house, essentially. Remember when they used to let us watch Endurance? That was nice. The fact that they don't let us watch Endurance anymore, I think, is an absolute travesty. I mean, they let us watch the wall comp, and occasionally other comps. But like we get, what's the over under on endurance comps we'll actually get to watch this season? 2. I think last season we got the wall comp and the one where they like with Keanu and Vince where it came down to those two and they had to hold the pole against the picture. Kate the Great, Bobby got to run, come to Patreon. All right, I'm looking into it. I will let you guys know. I want to know if there's actual people that would be interested in me starting a Patreon so we could watch episodes together and I can actually show the episodes behind a paywall. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested if I did start a Patreon. Obviously, it's weird asking people to subscribe and donate money, but like it would help me as a streamer to be able to grow the channel, hopefully, and be able to do more streams because there is something behind it. But also, I need to know, is people actually going to want to do that? So let me know in the comments if a Patreon is something you guys would be interested in so we could watch episodes of other shows. You guys could, give me suggestions on a new show to watch or a different show to watch, and we could react to those things. Maybe start a poll, and you guys can vote on what I watch or what, old shows, what have you. There's a lot of stuff we could do with it. To make it fun. But I'm obviously not going to start a Patreon if people aren't interested in it. So let me know in the comments. Let me know if that would be something you guys would be interested in so that we can actually play the episode and react together, opposed to me just watching it with headphones on, reacting while you guys watch. So like I said, I want to do whatever's the best for this community, to grow this community and to have interest in from you guys. Over under 1.5. I think that's a fair over under. I would say over under 2.5 because we know it's probably going to be at least 2. Is there going to be that third? Right. I feel like 1.5, you're pretty safe with the over. 2.5. I don't know. Yeah. It's such a disappointment. Like the fact that they didn't learn anything from Big Brother Over the Top, where people clearly, yes, was it Over the Top one of the greatest seasons? No, but it was fun in its own respect. The thing is, the fact that you could watch every single competition was amazing. As a fan, I was glued to the feeds when they were doing the challenges. I was like, this is exactly what we've always wanted. This is exactly what we've asked for. Give us more of this. We are on different time zones, so it'll be hard for me, Bobby. Well, the thing is, I will be doing my daytime live streams coming soon. Kiddo's going to start school in about 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, I will be starting my daytime episodes that I did last season, where I go live during the day talking about everything Big Brother, talking with you guys. We had a lot of people in the chat when I do my daytime ones because I do go late right now. But when I do my daytime ones, people love that. People are able to show up. So if you guys are listening after the fact, watching after the fact, listening on audio only, just know those are coming in about 3 weeks when the kiddo goes back to school. So I could start the Patreon and also go live on there for that as well. So just something to think about. I would still probably go live on YouTube and Twitch as well. But then I'd be able to actually play the episode for people watching on Patreon. That's how Taryn does it. So I got to talk to Taryn and see exactly how he figures it out while he's able to cross stream on all of them. But if you guys are interested in me starting a Patreon, doing stuff more during the day, obviously in a few weeks when that starts, I would love to do something to build this community while also helping me grow on other platforms as well. Will the Vikings win a Super Bowl before the Falcons win in 2803? God, I hope so. I hope I'm alive for a freaking Vikings Super Bowl once in my lifetime. That's all I ask. And I would hope that if something were to happen to me, Humane, you would become a Vikings fan in my honor. Just know if something were to happen to me, I expect it. All right, we're still on pets right now. We're waiting for the feeds to come back so we can figure out who the HOH is. I'm trying to think of another interesting HOH. So obviously I don't want to dear Angela. I want to see someone from the other house or other side of the house. But if we had someone in the middle, like I feel like a Haley HOH would be crazy too. Just because everyone hates Haley from what it seems like for the most part, outside of maybe Kamu and Chuck. People, I mean, I would say Angela too, because Angela's developed a good relationship with her as well, where she feels like she can talk game with Angela. But like Haley HOH would just blow the house up. People would be losing their minds. So I think with Haley, like that would be interesting. Jason would be a lot of fun. Hell, even a lyric, like a lyric HOH would be wild, because then I want to see how she plays the game with no Rome. People might be impressed by her. Might make her more of a threat, though. We are a common Kirk. We carry the red corner. Yeah. I mean, what are they called now? Don't they call themselves like the not Red Cross, but like Red something? I'm totally blanking. If you go live during the day, will it be similar to the show you did today with the panel? So usually, like occasionally I'll have like Lauren on or Philip on or someone else. But when I go live during the day, it's usually I go live around like 10 a.m. Pacific to what was it? No, I go live 11 a.m. Pacific to noon. So I do 3 hours where it's basically just me talking the stream. But like at one point last year, right after the White Locust twist, we had something like 250 people in the chat. Like it was crazy. Like you guys were here. Amy, I think you were here as well. Like the chat was just nonstop. Like I couldn't even keep up with it. So when I do my daytime live streams, we just have more people because of the time difference and also the fact that it's just in the middle of the day. So yeah, so it usually go live, I think 11 a.m. Pacific to 2 p.m. Pacific. So for East Coasters, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So it's easier for people. So it's basically like me watching feeds and me talking chat about like everything that's happening that week, essentially. A lot of commentary from the chat. I read everyone's questions live on stream. I talk about basically just talking to the chat. It gets really crazy. So KLB, I know you weren't here for it, but usually my daytime streams go a lot crazier than obviously these late night streams. But I do like the late night streams because one, it's easier for me where I can just kind of stay up and talk with you guys. But also I'm West Coast, so it's easier because of that. And also being able to see who wins HOH live with you guys here. Paula says, I want Jason or Lyric to win. I mean, yeah, it would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun, especially Jason. Oh my God. And I think there's a good chance Jason could win HOH tonight. He's been proving himself to be a real threat when it comes to competitions. If you guys are new, just watching, just tuning in, get your comments read live here on stream. Oh, I just realized I didn't have it on the right feed. There we go. If you guys are new here, get your comments read live here on stream. I read everyone's comments live here. So if you have any comments, concerns, questions, get them read live and talk to us here in the chat. We'll be talking all through until we figure out who the new HOH is, and then wait to see what we find out on what the HOH might be up to. Tool Shed. Amy says, what's the hate with her about? I was proud of Barrett defending her at the moment, at the meeting. What about Jason HOH or Zach? Wait, Zach? Do you mean Yash? I think Jason HOH would be crazy. I just think he would go nuts. I think he would be rich with power. And I think that the other side might come crumbling because throwing each other under the bus. I just want to see a back and forth in the house for sure. As far as Barrett defending her in the meeting, I mean, obviously, I don't like the fact that Rome called her a bitch. Like, I don't think you should ever talk to a woman like that. But she also was talking shit too. So like, I'm not letting her off, you know, and I felt like Barrett getting up so quickly to defend her, like just showing like he didn't give two shits. He was like, got right in his face. I thought that was pretty funny. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, good on him for defending her. But so I don't think any guy should call her a woman a bitch like that in a derogatory sense or anything. But I also think that, you know, Haley is also stirring the pot quite a bit. Yash, God, I hope not. I mean, he seems like he's getting more and more misogynistic by the day. I don't hate the guy or anything like that. I hope for the best for him, but like, I don't know. Do I agree with everything he says? No. Would I be working with the guys in the house? Like, there's a chance. Like, I would work with anyone. I would work with anyone who would want to work with me. Do I probably gravitate more towards like guys? Sure. I mean, that's just human nature. I am a guy, so I gravitate more towards guys. But I would work with Angela in a heartbeat. I would work with Lyric in a heartbeat. Like, I would work with so many of the women in this household. Taylor was my winner pick. I think Taylor would be so much fun to work with. So I don't know. I just don't get the sense where it's like you can only work with guys and talk to guys. I don't know. That's not my thing. Would I probably work with dudes? Yeah, most likely, because that's just probably more what I'm accustomed to. But who knows? I haven't been in that situation. Let's see here. It's the Red Corner. Yeah, but it was Red Corner, but then they also called themselves something else later too. Not the Tool Shed, but something else. Oh, so you will be watching the feeds, you mean? Like, yeah, watching the feeds, but also doing commentary on just the week as a whole. Usually when I do it, I'm able to do my my afternoon live streams. I do it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So consistently noon to 2. So I go live, I talk to you guys, I talk about everything going on that day, what's been going on the feeds, what your guys' comments are on the season, etc. I didn't find the channel yet. Oh yes, I will be here for sure. For awesome. Yeah, we'd love to have you, KLB. It's a lot of fun. And like people like Mary, who's always in here in the chat with us, but I'm sure she's asleep right now being on the East Coast. There's some others. There's some people who used to donate last season to the live feed and to my live stream back then. So there's a lot of people that we have missing just because these are late night live streams for a lot of people. Gulf Coast is best coast. Doesn't even count as a coast. Now I'm trolling you, man. Just like you troll me with the Saints and Vikings shit talk. BB28 Ashley equals BB14 Kara. Kind of. That's actually a good comparison. BB14 Kara was like my all-time Big Brother crush. I'm just saying it now. When I watched that in college, I was like, I am so jealous I am not on this season. BB14 Kara was like my all-time. Like, that was my Big Brother crush, 1,000%. Terrible at the game, but she could do no wrong in my book. BB28 Rome equals BB20 Swaggy C. I would say yes to an extent, but I feel like Swaggy was more in your face, where Rome was. That's a good ball player right there. Rome was very much so like got that it was a game. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good comparison to Rome, but it's eluding me at the moment. Oh yeah, sorry, LOL, still new. Yeah, you're all good. Jason would have more HOH than Mickey did last season. Well, we'll see. RIP Mickey, but yeah, I mean, he would have a more productive HOH, I would say. It can't be less productive. Mickey's HOH is when everyone kind of dropped off of her. Or was it HOH or was it when she got her power? I can't remember which. I'm blanking. Amy, I haven't watched many feeds this season yet. I usually watch only in key times. Yeah, this is not a key time for sure for most people. 4 seasons, Dapper Dan's. I know the 4 seasons. I think when I did that one live stream with Philip and Lauren, I called it 4 corners. I was mixing up a Red Corner and 4 seasons. No, I thought they called it Red something else. Like, I don't know. I thought I heard that they called it something else. I thought you graduated by 2012. So I graduated high school in 2007. But I never graduated college. I dropped out of college. Hello, live streaming. Obviously, I'm going to make it. Thank God for bartending. Am I right? Yeah, I never graduated. I just dropped out because I couldn't pass Algebra 2. I'm good at all my other stuff. I was acing all my other classes. Algebra 2, math, nope. I was so bad the teacher started calling it Bobgebra because I didn't know what I was doing. Because I had my own way of solving, and they're like, "Yeah, you got the right answer, but it's wrong. You didn't do it this way." I'm like, "Well, that sucks." Yeah, I get it. Algebra 2. I know. A lot of people took it in 10th grade. Okay. It wasn't my specialty. Okay. It was a college class when I was there. Mickey Coupe d'etat, Riley's HOH. Yes, that's what it was. And then nominated her best ally. Exactly. Yeah, I get it. I'm not the smartest tool in the shed when it comes to math. Anything else like statistics, I'd be fine. Anything like that, I'm good. Algebra 2 does not compute. So if they have if I'm ever on Survivor or Big Brother and they have a math competition, don't bet on me. I can tell you 20% of anything being in the tipping industry. But yeah, outside of that, no. I'm the smartest tool in the tool shed. Well, you would fit right in on this one. LOL, my son is a math major in college right now, and Algebra 2 is a running joke with him and his friends. I get it, guys. I'm not naive enough to understand that obviously it's ridiculous. Also, I was in college. I had other things going on. The other classes I didn't have to try. Algebra 2 had to try a little harder and procrastinated a lot, partying a lot. It was a whole thing. All right. While we wait for the feeds to come back, we're still waiting. We're still on kittens right now. Let me do a few more little plugs for the show. Twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby. If you guys can, give me a follow over there. You guys can, if you have a Twitch account and you would like to support the channel, go ahead and sub. Some people have Amazon Prime subs, and if you guys are willing to spend that on me, it means the world to me. Thank you so much. I try to bring you guys as much content during the Big Brother season as I can. Man, this thing is going very slow. Let's see if we can speed things up a little bit while I clean my computer. All right. So you guys can also follow at After Show on YouTube, at Goodsby Bobby on my social media. And let me know in the comments section what you think about me starting a Patreon, if that's something anyone's interested in. It might not be. It might not be for everyone. People might be like, who cares? But just something I saw other people doing and doing well with. So I thought maybe that'd be something you guys be interested in. Statistics was hard in college for me. I didn't get that far, so I wouldn't know. Stream's going to be a little laggy for a second while I'm fixing things. It's just it's running a systems check right now to kind of clean up the computer. I think I was just trying. I'm clearly streaming too much right now for where it's processing a lot. It'll be fine here in a second. It's just got to go through all the processes. Statistically, the Saints will win Super Bowl 61. You wish. We could watch Jerry Springer reruns, rip Fairplay's grandma for real this time. Yeah, well, also, like, that's the thing is, like, we could watch old seasons of Survivor. We could watch Big Brother Canada, Big Brother US, or Australian Survivor. We could watch, whatever shows you guys vote for me to watch. It would be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of opportunity there that I haven't dipped my toe in, and it would support me as a streamer. I do all this for free. I'm never expecting anything from anyone, but it would allow me to be able to do more and spend more time on this if there is something behind it to be able to help me financially do more, essentially. Yeah, his grandma passed away about what was it? He made like a year ago. I'm gonna say it was February 2025. Yeah, there you go. So a little over a year ago. I did a whole interview with him after his grandmother passed away, and it's here on the channel too. If you want to go check that out later, I do an interview with him talking about his grandma and really just representing her as a person and getting to know who she really was prior to her passing. So it was really cool, very emotional, but honestly, yes, Fair Play did the whole Dead Grandma lie, but she loved it. She loved him. She loved every part of it. And I think that he really expressed his true gratitude for his grandma and everything she did for him to support him, which got him to where he is now. Love him or hate him, he does have a soft spot and he is a good guy. All right, so go Pats in the chat, says Paula. All right, so it's cleaning it all up right now. Should be good in a second. All right, we're still just waiting. So you guys are keeping me company here while we wait. I know a lot of you guys might not hop on if I end up like stopping stream and coming back once the feeds do come back, but it is an option. I know it's late for you guys, but a lot of you guys also do like watching on the East Coast, or that do watch on the East Coast still wait to see who the new HOH is. You're crazy like me. It's what, 1 a.m. almost on the East Coast? Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. All right. So what else can we talk about? So as far as the season goes, like where are we ranking this season so far through 2 weeks? Like, do we think it has a trajectory? I got to run this. Do we think it has a trajectory to match other seasons? Like obviously like Big Brother 20, in my opinion, had a great start to the season, right? Big Brother 27, great start to the season. There's seasons like Big Brother 26, great start to the season and then completely died out, right? I hope it continues, but there is a way for it to completely fizzle out, and that's if one side of the house just dominates the whole season, right? Like we need to see some controversy. We need to see those other players like the icons under the heat a little bit. Do I want the icons to go home? Absolutely not. I want them on my screen as long as possible. But do I want it to not be so dominated and boring? 1,000%. I mean, I would be okay losing one icon if it meant this season's going to be crazy. Who do we think is in the most trouble going into this week? I mean, I still feel like it's probably Jason. I would also say Haley's up there too for a lot of people. Honestly, I think the Red Corner Alliance is probably in more danger than they think they are. I would say Angela and Taylor and Lala are probably the most safe in my opinion. Drew, maybe. Unless Dee or Angela get in power, then who knows? Who haven't we talked about? How about Melody? I think Melody's in a lot of trouble. I think Melody could easily be someone who's just ride the coattails that they were just nominated this last week. Let's put them up again. Easy person. I think Mallory could go back up in a lot of cases. I think Barrett could honestly be in some trouble too if he's not careful. After the vote, I think Taylor is. Problem is, how are people going to know it's Taylor? That would be probably someone that would be like the last person a lot of people would suggest, right? Like, I feel like with Taylor, I feel like, yes, obviously she did that. It was a rogue vote. It's interesting. Kind of surprised she did it. But I also feel like with Taylor, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'd be more worried about it if it was like a lyric. And I think lyric's going to catch some of the heat for it. But I'm not as worried for her as I am other people. Man, these beers have gotten warm from sitting in here. Nothing like a warm Michelob Ultra. It's like a warm Dr. Pepper. Yum. 3 beers. This is beer number 3, which is not a bad pace. Humane, that is not a bad pace for me. These things, if these things were ice cold right now, they'd be going down a lot faster. A lot faster. 3 beers is not a bad pace for me. When I'm sitting here editing or watching YouTube, just saying. Here, actually, that's a good call. Let's do this. While we wait for feeds, let's pull up Twitter and see what people are saying. Of course, I just exited out of Twitter, so... Over under 4.5 beers for Bobby on stream. Over. Smash the over, everybody. Smash the over. We are 3 deep. I can easily surpass that. I'm a big dude, okay? It is not uncommon. It's not Twitter, it's X. It'll always be Twitter to me, damn it. It's like the wrestling kid. It's still real to me, damn it. I almost just typed Twitter. G. Ehrman says, I feel like I want one of the other side to win. HOH just for the plot. I mean, that's a good poll. Like, I really just think that that's the most important thing. Like, I think for the season as a whole, even though I want like a Devins, a Drew, a Barrett to an extent, I want them to survive, right? I want an Angela to survive. But I do think that it would be best case scenario for opposition to be in power and let them struggle a little bit. It's best for their game. It's best for us at home watching. But it also allows them to not play from the top. Let them play from the bottom. And where do we see Devins every season on Survivor? He's always playing from the bottom. So I think that for Devins to be able to play from the bottom, I think that is very important. I think also, like you guys said, GM also said, but I could see them putting Chuck, Haley, Gamu before the Icons. That's the thing, is even if they don't get into power, right? And let's say the opposition, the other side of the house, like a Jason takes over, a Melody takes over, someone like, I do think for Melody, Devon's in trouble. But I think for the majority of the house, I think Red Corner would be targeted over them, right? So I do agree. I think a Chuck, Haley, Kamu would be the ones who would be in the most danger if that happens, opposed to the Icons, because I feel like the Icons have placed themselves in a better position than the other side, than the other people. Twitter forever? Exactly. Thank you, good fella. Twitter forever. It'll never be X to me. All right. Stream might struggle for a second, guys. I'm just making sure. Good. We are good. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, it's better for sure. So I was just doing too much. All right. I had too many things running in the background, so 100% that was the reason why. All right. And the fact that it's trying to also watch feeds while I'm doing all this, it's running slow because of that. I feel like it's already gotten better. Has it not? Does it stream look better to you guys? I think Haley's in a lot of trouble this week. I think Haley's in a lot of trouble. I really do. I think that if she doesn't get into power, she's absolutely someone that a lot of people in the house could target. Over under 0.5 brain dead production twist this season. I'm so interested. So we didn't talk about this. They said on tomorrow's Unlocked episode that they are going to be revealing what the punishments and powers are for the remainder of the season, which is kind of crazy to me, right? Like, I'm shocked that they're doing that. I feel like it leaves us, I'm glad they're doing it, because I think that it's important for them to share with us what the possibilities are, so that we don't, well, not saying we, the community as a whole doesn't throw out, oh, well, they just did this because so and so got the power, or they're trying to help this person, or they only did this twist specifically because this person won, right? Like a lot of people were like, and myself included, when Angela got her punishment, it felt like the egg costume was targeted because it was Angela, right? So I don't know. I feel like it allows us to not feel like it's going to be completely one-sided on, hey, this is just because this person got into power. All right, let's see what Hamster Watch has to say. All right, it's loading. It's going slow. Not sure what's going on with my internet, but it's just going too slow. It's slowing down the stream too much. I'm going to exit out of that. All right. I think it's Paramount Plus that's throwing down off my feed. Fun fact, I won fantasy football in 2025. Congratulations. I'm a genius. You are a genius. You passed algebra 2. That's like when the guys at work always talk to me. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm super excited about my Pokemon stuff. I'm like, congratulations. Got that from Burnt Peanut. It's so good. Works every time. No shade to the Pokemon people. I just find that so funny. But yeah, no, I like that on Unlock. They're going to show us what the punishments and powers are. I do like that a lot. All right, I got rid of almost everything streaming in the background, so we should be good to go now. Still just cats sleeping. They must be East Coast cats, am I right? Terrible joke. Terrible joke. So, okay. Let's think here. Taylor might ask Rome about the betas and submissives unlocked. Laugh my ass off. Yes, I'm barely here. We got a lot of East Coasters over here, so I get it. I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, granted, I was up till 4:30 in the morning the other night watching after we saw Devins win, but it's hard. It's hard to continuing talking on stream when it's just cats. And we're just after an eviction, so it's not like we can even talk about like everything going on in the house or talking about what happened on the feeds today, because like nothing matters. It all depends on who gets into power. I'm probably just going to lay down and keep my headphones in. Oh, great. So I can serenade you with my amazing voice while you sleep. I'll just yell into the microphone to wake you up when feeds are back. How about that, Amy? Now, here's another one from the sultry voice of Bobby Goodsby. Oh, my wife would be like, I can never fall asleep to your voice. I'm not an East Coaster, but because Gulf Coast is better. Jesus. So what is it over there? 11? Deal, LOL. All right, I'll scream into your headphones to wake you up, Amy. I'll be like, hey. All right, well, while we're waiting, let's talk about some stuff that's not Big Brother for those interested. Anything, it's midnight. Okay, I figured it was midnight. So anyone looking forward to GTA 6 coming out, or am I on a hill over here by myself talking about video games? It's just so hard because there's not a lot to talk about. We just watched the episode, we went through it all, but now we just have to wait. We just have to wait till the feeds come back, and they could not come back all night. They could take an hour. We don't know. He's like Rennie not knowing time zones. How dare you? How dare you? I know time zones. I know East and West, and those are the only ones that matter. Those are the only ones that matter. We got a second Roman Empire collapse before GTA 6. Absolutely. Lyric and Rome will be married before GTA 6 comes out. I definitely, to those who actually care, right? Might not be a lot of people in here, but when GTA 6 comes out, the fact that it's coming out to platform first before it comes out to, or like the console version first before it comes out to PC, and pretty much all like the biggest streamers in the world play PC. I'm 100% going to be streaming myself playing GTA 6. So might have just me and Humane in here. I don't know. But when GTA 6 comes out in November, 1,000% I'm going to be streaming that, because figure there might be a market for it. The fact that like some of the big name streamers, they're all PC players and it's not going to be out for PC, might be something to get your name in the scene by playing if you are on console, which God bless you if you're a PC person. I grew up in an era where console was king and I would not know how to do. I still have to look at the keyboard to type. So to be able to do WASD and know my fingers are hitting those buttons, there's no chance. There's no chance. Much more a console person. We got the Vikings being roasted in chat before GTA 6. Well, that's not new with you, okay? That's not new with you, Humane. You guys are just not joining us. Get your comments, questions, concerns read live here on stream. Let's talk about Big Brother. Let's talk about life. If there's something you guys want to talk about, gaming, movies, we've talked about it all tonight. We're just waiting for the feeds to come back, essentially. We're killing time talking with you guys. So I recently read Rob's book, Taryn's book, and Fishback's book. Read them all back to back to back. Rob's book, about what I expected. I really did enjoy when Sestranino was talking about, like, if you're cast, here's what you should do, like, or here's how to get cast, and here's through the whole process. Like, I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool from an insider perspective, someone that knows the game. Like, I thought those chapters were like very interesting, informative. I agreed with a lot of it. I felt like for any new player, that's like a must read for any kind of show. I think it's great. A lot of it was kind of like just retelling stories of Survivor with some insider perspective, but a lot of just retelling stories, reheating nachos, as he would say. But it was good. It was interesting. Terrence's book I liked a lot because I really, obviously I was like, when it comes to a book about Big Brother, like, what are you going to write? Like, you know, like, it's a book about Big Brother. Like, essentially, what more is there to contribute? Like, you're just going to retell stuff that happened in the past, which a lot of it is that, right? But he also gave background on how Big Brother started. And the thing I really liked about Terrence's book was I loved his personal stories about how Big Brother and him in his personal life meshed or went hand in hand, and how a lot of his stories about him as a child or growing up or adolescence, whatever it may have been, how those Big Brother and using like social stuff and social strategy even to converse with people in real life, etc. I felt that to be very, like, it was like, looking, lack of a better term, it was like looking in a mirror, because a lot of my friends know how into Big Brother I am. So I feel like for me, it was like, yeah, I can relate to a lot of that. Like, you know, a lot of my friends don't watch Big Brother. They don't watch Survivor. So I'm essentially, you guys are my friends. You guys are the ones I share these moments with and talk this show with, because no one else in my life really gives two shits about those shows. Or they're just super, super casual. But I feel like with Terrence's book, it was like, oh yeah, like that's exactly what happened to me. That's how I feel in that scenario. Like him at the lunch table, you know, struggling to communicate with people, especially since it's like his first time in a new school or it's his last day in an old school. I thought it was very interesting. Hi, I'm KLB on YouTube, but apparently I'm Jawork on Twitch. I've been here a while since I've used Twitch. Awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me over on Twitch. I really appreciate it. That really helps. Thank you, KLB. I appreciate you. I really enjoyed Terrence's book, says Amy. We got Chelsea and Joseph before GTA 6. Yep. I love Rob Has a Podcast. Yeah, Rob Has a Podcast is great. They do great work over there. I used to podcast with them. I used to podcast with Terren about Big Brother. I have all the love in the world for those guys. So like I said, I felt Rob's book was really good. I really liked the whole how to get cast, what to do when you're cast, what to do after the show, etc. I thought that was very interesting. I thought Taryn's book, I loved the way it related to like some things for myself. And I told this to him too. I was like, I loved it. Like I loved how you in your personal stories with it. Now, like, granted, it's a lot of just, talking about what happened on the show and like, fan favorites essentially, et cetera, et cetera. But I thought I really enjoyed the personal aspect and how it relates to others who have the same journey with the show. Then there's Fishback's book, and it started great. And I love Fishback. No shade of Fishback. Love Fishback. But I was not that into that book. By the end of it, where it was like the main, I'm not going to spoil it, but main character total like plot turn. And by the end of it, just how everything transpired. It was different. And I applaud him for it. I could never write a novel. Absolutely not. I have no shade on him there. Like, great work. And it was good. It was interesting. Like, I found it to be a cool take on reality television, in like a, fictional way, right? In a fictional way, telling the story of what it's like to be a person on reality television and the outside introspective and all that, production introspective, all that. Because you do we're kind of blind to a lot of that. So I found that to be very interesting. I just thought the plot took a total 180 of where I thought it was going. And it just, the ending was pretty meh for me, pretty bland. Right. But like I said, no shade on him. Great work. I was hoping the story would go a different direction, and it didn't, which is fine. Some people loved it. It was definitely went a different way than I thought, but yeah, it just wasn't my cup of tea as far as what I normally like from a fiction story. So that's just me giving my 2 cents on those 3 books. Having read them in the off season. And by read them, I mean I listen to the audiobooks, which my wife says doesn't count as reading, but to me that is reading. I am more an auditory person, clearly, where I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it's so much easier I'm pretty sure I'm dyslexic too, because it's so much easier for me to just sit here and either podcast with you guys or listen to a podcast or listen to an audiobook than it ever is for me to read. Because maybe I'm on a hill over here, but like when I'm reading, I will be like reading a whole chapter and be thinking about other things. And then I'll go back and be like, wow, I just finished that chapter and I have no idea what any of it said. Like, I did not process anything I was reading while I was reading the whole time. I was thinking about what I had for lunch today or what the Vikings should do this season. And then I'm like, wait, I just read this whole chapter, but I didn't process any of it. It's like when we're watching TV, my wife and I are watching a movie. She will go and she'll be on her phone the entire time, looking at her phone the entire time. And we'll have a show on that we're watching, our movie, whatever. She'll be on her phone, just going on Instagram and all the et cetera. She'll be on it. And I'll be like, are you not paying attention? And she'll be like, yeah, this is what's happening, blah, 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 and nail the entire last 10 minutes. And I'm like, how the hell do you process what you're watching if you're not focused on it? You're not even looking at it, but you're on your phone. Maybe women are just more talented at that thing, because when I talk to women at work about it, they're like, yeah, that's a totally thing. I'm like, if I'm not directly watching the program that we are watching and doing something else, I will not know what happened. If I try going on my phone, I am focused on my phone. If I'm watching the show, I'm focused on the show. Cannot do both at once. Let me know in the chat. Is that a me thing? Is that a guy thing? But if I'm focused on something, I'd be focused on that singular thing. I can have an idea, but there's no way. Paula says, I'm on a million different YouTube channels and I have my own channel. You're on all those channels at once watching? If so, that's impressive. I can multitask those things sometimes. All right. So maybe it's just a me thing. I cannot multitask for shit. Like, it's funny. Like, I say that, but I can multitask at work where I'm bartending, right? So I could be having a conversation with someone, but understand there's someone over here looking at me. I need to get to them while also putting in an order. I can do those things. I cannot watch a show and be fully invested in that show and understand what's going on if I'm on my phone doing something else. No shot. But when I'm at work, it's like a different story, right? I could be putting in an order while also talking to a guest and not have it written down in my hand. Just remember what that person ordered. So I'm still putting in that other person's order while talking to a new guest. Like, I can do that. A lot of times too, because people get pissed off. They get pissed off too, and they'll call you out when you're not writing down an order. And I'm, like I said, I'm terrible with that. Like, me writing it down, I'll be looking at my notes being like, what did I just write? I've got terrible handwriting. I can't read this. What did I just say? For me, yeah, bro only multitask when he gets paid. Yep. Because when I'm not at work, I'm not turned on. I am just watching what I'm watching. I'm not having to do 20 million things. Maybe that's why. But my wife's in the same industry, so maybe not. I don't know. But like, I'll go and I'll take people's orders and I'll have like 4 people there. Okay, you're getting a salad, a steak, side of mashed potatoes, blah, blah, blah. You're getting the salmon with Brussels sprouts, hold the sauce with a martini. You know, like, I will have all 4 of your orders exactly right and then go to my screen and punch it all in. And they'll be like, why aren't you writing any of it down? You're going to mess this up, aren't you? Do you know, if anything gets messed up, we're going to call you out. I'm like, that's fine. Never gets messed up. It never gets messed up. Not saying I'm perfect by any means, not saying that, but like, when someone calls me out even more, I'm so much more focused on that order because I want to prove them wrong. Because maybe I'm a little petty and I'm like, no, like, you called me out, I'm going to get this right 100% now. Absolutely not. Excuse me. KLB says, I am more like your wife and I'm a woman, but I think just a brain thing and how your brain is wired, possibly. Absolutely. I say a woman thing just because my wife is so much more good at multitasking than I am. So I'm like, maybe I'm just a dumb man. 17 burgers for Ashley, placing 17th. There you go. And I would get all of her burgers correct on how she wants them. No, I can multitask easily on my phone. I have different podcasts going, so I am listening to that. I have Facebook and you guys going on 3 different tabs, and I have streaming apps on my TV. See, for me, like, when I'm listening to a podcast, like, I'll be in my car listening to a podcast and say I'm like stopped, just sitting there in my car waiting to go into work. I got like 10 minutes till I need to walk into work, so I'm just listening to RHAP in the car. If I go on my phone while I'm sitting there in the parking lot and start doing stuff on Instagram or messaging someone or doing something, I will lose track of what was being said on RHAP and have to go back and rewind it just to pick up the majority of the conversation because I'm focused on that text or I'm focused on what I'm doing on Instagram or social media or whatever. 100% that happens every time. 100%. So I'm watching feeds on my TV. Like, yeah, well, luckily there's not really any feeds to watch right now. But yeah, no, I mean, maybe it's a me thing. Maybe it's how my brain is wired. I don't know. I wanted to get your guys' opinion because since we had nothing to talk about, we're just kind of waiting. Skill issue. Maybe it's too many beers over the course of 37 years. But yeah, no. I wonder if there's a way to like test that, right? Like, I'm sure there's a test online, and maybe one of you guys in the chat can tell me, or maybe someone in the comments after the fact. Is there a test to track your ability to multitask? Like, bro was born in 1989, Unk. How dare you, Humane? First off, I still feel 21, but 37 is not that old. I'm like you, Bobby, laying down now. I will wake you up when it's time, Amy. I will wake you up when it's time. When I'm on YouTube, I love watching entertainment podcasts, horror movie podcasts, and true crime. I love true crime. I'm big onto true crime when it comes to like YouTube videos and stuff. Like I will watch the true crime like YouTube videos all the time, or a good documentary. I'm big onto documentaries. Me and my buddy, who I got him into Survivor 50, it was his first time ever watching Survivor. I love documentaries, and he'll always recommend a good doc to me when it comes out. And there's been so many I've sent to him, where we just are constantly watching like really good, like either true crime docs or just any kind of good documentary that just like. I also like with movies and stuff. I love like thrillers, like true thrillers where it's like, oh shit, Kaiser Sose plot twist type of thing, right? Like I love those ones that you're just like no one saw it coming. Like even like a horror movie like Saw, which is kind of like a thriller-esque, right? Where the original Saw, and it was like, oh shit, the guy was right there the whole time, right? Like that's the type of stuff where I love those comedies also, but I do love myself a good thriller that just total mind fuck at the end of it. I gave college speeches based on plane crash documentaries on YouTube. Wow. That is niche. But there are a lot of plane crash documentaries. I've watched a lot of those. For someone who hates flying because he's terrified they're always going to crash when you feel any bit of turbulence, probably not a great thing for me to watch. And I got to fly to Denver here in like a month. So love that for me. You should have seen me when I was flying by myself to Baltimore to go hang out with Gabe and Fairplay. The whole time I was gripping the seat for 7 hours. First time on the East Coast too. It was quite fun. I proceeded to get blackout drunk with Fairplay and Gabe, and they had to carry me to bed. So that was fun. It was not my fault. I didn't eat. Okay. It was not my fault. Denver airport sucks. I heard that. So I'll be able to fill you guys in if it does in fact suck. College lab in the wild, multitasking for a quiz, or Google lab in the wild, excuse me. Multitasking for a quiz. Okay, I'll have to do that. Lab in the wild. See, the whole time I was reading that, what was that movie where the guy lives in the wilderness? Came out when I was in college. The guy lives in the wilderness in an RV or whatever, and then he like ends up dying from like getting sick or eating something bad or whatever. What was that movie? Because when I read Lab in the Wild, that's what my brain instantly thought of. Some of the plane crash docs are good. They are good. Absolutely. Was it in the wild? Okay, so that's why. I think that's what it is. So that's why I was thinking that, I guess. I don't know. You pronounced niche correctly, so you get a 10 out of 10. What, do a lot of people say like niche? My father was a pilot for US what was that? US Air? USA LR? I don't know what it says, but USA Air is what I'm assuming. That's sick though. We traveled a lot. Well, at least you are used to planes or feel good about planes. I've only been on like probably 8 flights in my entire life. Still terrifying. And I know it's safer than driving. Still terrifying. Into the wild. That's what it was. Into the wild. Yes, and it drives me insane. LOL. US Air. Okay. It drives you crazy when people call it niche and not, or niche or wait, no, I said niche. Niche is correct when they call it niche or niche. Detroit has a real nice airport, believe it or not. Oh, really? You know what's so funny? When I flew to Minnesota or to Minneapolis airport, I swear to God, when I got off the plane, it was like I landed in like 1995. Like everything felt very early 90s. And I mean, to the best way I can describe it is like I remember like this vivid memory of like almost, I forget what it was. Was it Cool Runnings or Home Alone or something where there's an airport and it felt kind of like older, like that, like Minneapolis airport. It felt like time capsule of the 90s. Not all of it. There was nice parts, but like there's one section I went to where it was like by like the trams to take you into town and stuff. I was like, this feels like I'm stuck in the 90s. It's crazy. And don't get me wrong, diehard Vikings fan. So 1987 Soul Survivor runway crash in Detroit. That is a pool. MSP, that's my hub. Nice. Yeah, I loved Minneapolis when I was there. Granted, I went for the best game in Vikings history, so that's probably why. India 2025 was the deadliest Soul Survivor crash. Wasn't that that was one that obviously 2025. That was one that just happened. That one guy that survived by himself. That was insane. How would you feel if like you were the sole survivor of a plane crash? Just wild. They canceled Survivor Australia. What? I thought they're filming a season right now. Aren't they about to or currently filming a season right now? Hold on. Yeah, like Australian Survivor Redemption. Is that what it's called? Oh, no. That was the last one. No, what is it called? Australian Survivor. Let me put in canceled just to see. No, it's not canceled. While Network 10 has a new season slated to be filmed in Malaysia, recent reports indicate that the network has scrapped a planned back-to-back production. This decision follows a major ratings drop and backlash from fans regarding the replacement of longtime host Jonathan LaPaglia and David Jeanette. Yeah, people just do not like that David took over. Has Bobby been to a Vikings game ever? Yeah, I went to the Minneapolis Miracle. I was there live for that. Been to many of the games when they've been here on the West Coast, too. Even went to Vegas for the worst game in Vikings history where we won 3-0. One of the contestants lost half his leg due to a shark attack. Where are you seeing this? Hold on. Australian Survivor shark attack. Australian shark attack survivor Leah Stewart is recovering at St. Vincent's Hospital after being severely mauled by a great white shark at Sydney's Beach on June 13th, 2026. The attack, the 34-year-old teacher and mother was swimming close to shore when attacked, suffering severe trauma fractures and blood loss that required the amputation of one arm. Waking from coma after spending 10 days in medically induced coma on life support, she regained consciousness and spoke with her family. Current status, she is out of critical condition, stable and communicating, though she faces a lengthy rehabilitation process for severe nerve and tendon damage in her remaining arm. This didn't happen on the show. This happened at Sydney's Kogi Beach. So that was... And who is this? Leah Stewart? Let me look. Leah Stewart. Now you got me interested. Let's see here. Leah Stewart. I don't even recognize this person. What season was she on? Huh. But yeah, that's interesting. All right. Well, we'll find out more, I guess. Okay. Are you sure you were at the Terminal 2 Humphrey, which features Concourse H and serves budget and regional carriers because it was a nice airport? Fight me. No, it was a nice airport. There was nice parts of it. Absolutely. This one little section, I don't remember. This was in 2017. So I've been there one time. I don't remember what section it was. It was where you go out to get on your tram or bus or whatever. and it was interesting. Oh, feeds are back. Feeds are back. Hold on. Oh, feeds are back. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, Kamu is the HOH, guys. Kamu is the HOH. Feeds are back. Kamu is our HOH. Well, what do we think is going to happen? Yeah, Amy, wake up. Let's see here. Bobby should come to New Orleans to see a murder of the Vikings in person. Thoughts on Arissa Cox getting fired? I mean, that was a while ago, but I still think it's ridiculous. They should have brought her back. Well, I would say a while ago. Like, they just brought in a new host. It wasn't that she was fired. She was fired a long time ago when they canceled the show. Of course, Drew is talking to him. Wonder what the comp was. Do you cover the traders? Yes, we do cover the traders. Absolutely. We cover the traders. KLB, I love Minneapolis and Minnesota. There's no shade. It just felt weird. Maybe it was just me. It was cold winter. Don't hate me. All right, Kamu's talking to Drew. Kamu's the new HOH. Who's he talking about? So he's saying someone was. I heard from many people that this person talked about putting him, Chuck, and Haley up on the block. I think it's got to be Jason. Here, I was doing the 4 screen, so I'm gonna. Shit. I'm gonna try to do the screen that's just Drew and Kamu talking. Come on, computer load. Yeah, Kamu is the new HOH. Kamu is the new HOH, everybody. Oh my gosh, of course my computer is not keeping up now. Jason, Haley, and who? I do not know. I'm having to. Why? There you go. All right. So let's go to camera 4 because I feel like that's where we got them talking. Lala, I think I heard. Ooh. That sucks for Lala. Okay, of course. Right when the freaking thing comes back on, they're leaving the room. God damn it. All right, so Lala might be in trouble. Yeah, Kamu's not coming for Haley. Haley and Chuck are safe. I feel like everyone in the tool shed is safe. Might have to switch to a new nicotine pouch for this. Please give him his damn HOH room so we can talk strat finally. Okay, good night, y'all. Later, Amy. Thank you. Good seeing you. Lala, Taylor, Chuck's nominee. Yeah. Ooh, so it wasn't an endurance comp. Rest legs? Rest legs or restless? Yeah, Kamu won. Wait, oh, it's like restless leg mania. It's like almost like WrestleMania. So I'm sure it was something from like the 80s. 70s, 80s. I'm trying to get a good look at the shirts. It looks like Drew's going up. I don't know. Wrestle. No, hold on. Wrestle something. Damn it! Why will none of them stay still so I can read this damn shirt? Wrestle something. This is probably more realistic. Lala, Taylor, Jason. That would be my assumption. Wrestle Gash. Does it say Wrestle Gash? He needs Jason. Jason has a number. I could see even a Yosh going up possibly. An easy person to put up. Like Wrestle Gash or Wrestle Gosh. Come on, go into a room. Talk to Drew or someone again. Talk to Devins. Here we go. No Mallory. She might be in the bathroom or something. Okay, we got Barrett and Drew on this camera talking. Oh, and Melody's there. He said the only person he knows for sure going up is Jason. All right, there's too many people in this room. Oh, sounds like Lyric almost won. Is that Lyric? Hold on. It's loading. Camera one's loading. Oh no, it was Mallory. Mallory almost won. Ooh, that would have been interesting. You no Mallory. Oh, here we go. Of course, Devins and Kame just stopped talking, of course. Of course. As soon as the camera loads, they stop talking. Great. I would assume Jason's in trouble. I would think even Mallory could be a person to go up. Lala, Taylor. He says that now, but he might change his mind. Camera one, Drew, and Mallory. I'm waiting to see if someone comes back here to talk to Kame. I'm just kind of keeping my eyes on that camera. Kame's just kind of walking around right now. So it's looking like it's going to be a Kame HOH and putting a big target on his back. I was hoping for a little opposition. Something. But this is, I feel like the icons are good. I feel like Drew will be good. We won't know more until he gets his one-on-ones later. Do you see this season as a steamroll? Yeah. I mean, it's starting to look that way. But there's going to have to eventually be a breakup. There's going to have to be a breakup of like the sides. That side, the tool shed side's too large. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm going to have to cut it here. We got to see who the HOH is. I might go live later if we do get one-on-ones, but I have to cut it here. Wife's hitting me up that she needs my help with something. So with that being said, I'll be live tomorrow night after work. I will go live talking about the feeds, discussing everything from the first day of the Kamu reign. If you guys haven't already, check out my stream with myself, Philip, and Lauren, and Quinn from Big Brother 26 earlier today. If you guys haven't checked that out, check it out. Next week, we'll have Kelly Wentworth on Wednesday night after the East Coast airing the episode. Twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby, at After Show on YouTube, and at Goodsby Bobby on my social media. Give us a like, give us a follow, hit that sub button, hit the bell notification so you're notified when I go live in the future. Like I said, I'll be live tomorrow night, late night, for my late night podcast, talking about the live feeds. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. It's been a long, almost 3 hours. Had a lot of fun. Audio only listeners, thank you guys for listening. If you're watching after the fact, thank you guys. If you got this far, you're a real one. Let me know you were here in the comments. And with that being said, I'm out. KLB, B Bean, Paula, let's see here, Amy, Humane, Kate the Great, many others. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for you guys' continued to support the channel. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole Patreon idea. All right, with that, guys, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.